lasagna.
I'm sorry, I turned the wrong sound piece on. So we just did all of that introduction for no reason.
No.
It wouldn't be dragons in the dining room without technical difficulties.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I thought you were taking the end of the day.
Take 2.
I'm hiding back here because I'm...
Welcome to Dragons in the Dining Room. Our stream master hopefully clicked the correct button this time.
I know what I'm doing, honest, I swear. I can push the buttons and do things.
Let's see, I have to think about everything I just said. Tonight is the Wanderers game. This is the finale. Some questions will be answered and some answers will be questioned. And you may have seen... No, Tim, we're not take 3. It's not spell time. You may see some wonderful gnome lasagna. It was created by Andrast, our cleric over here. She is that kind of cleric.
All that teasing about ribs, and we have lasagna.
Gnome lasagna made with real gnomes.
Or as our wonderful little lady here put it, pasta cake.
Pasta cake.
Yes.
We have spirit lasagna. That's casting
yes,
at level 3.
And as a result, you don't get a second one. But Andras gets a drama point for creating delicious DM appeasement food.
Also, Big Wheezy.
The Bulbasaur is here too.
9, you should show off your bear.
Oh, okay.
Just stand up where you are.
Tell me put...
We have a...
Up, step forward.
Okay, right.
Come on, girl.
There you are. Somebody got some henna art.
We have a local fair in our town here, and they have a henna stand, and she got that really beautiful bear and tree.
Where you
I want to
Charmander
look
go?
at fluffy,
I
adorable
don't know.
little chubby
Give it to
dewlaps
Tia,
on
so
the
I
mountain.
just-
Tia
weird.
kidnapped my Charmander.
Okay. Well, we have a lot to cover
That'd be
tonight.
nice character sheet.
I would like to get started.
And put Charmander on the end. Yes. Charmander is an official. He's not on screen.
This he is. The Timmy.
He's just barely on there. Yes, Charmander is almost big enough to play at the table.
This is not necessarily a normal night, so I'd like to I would like to start already.
Consider started.
Okay. I believe there's a little bit of discussion on whether or not I ended last stream saying where we're going. I thought I said that we were going to get you guys to the base of the valley. If I said that, we're pulling back just a little bit. We're back. We are starting at the Oasis.
I thought we were still at the Oasis. So.
Yeah, okay. There was some confusion pre-stream whether or not we're starting at the Oasis or the valley.
Guardian of the Coke.
As you guys can see before you, the world, most of the world map is there. And you are waking up on the morning of Hunt Moon 9
Oh, back at the Oasis.
at the Oasis.
Okay.
It's a normal day, except for the fact that the sky's still red.
Right.
It's quiet.
Right.
There still is nobody here at the inn but you.
Yay.
As you guys make your way downstairs into the common room, again with nobody there. It's just the 5 of you.
Now what do you do?
Just the 5 of us. We can make
There
it
should be
if we
6
try.
of you.
Just the 5 of us.
Wait a minute. Where's Jorad?
There should be 7 of you.
Wow.
So Kaylin and Jorah, they're missing.
Oh, wait. Where's the horses?
You step outside.
Yes.
So outside you see...
Mind you, I just woke up and I haven't fully imbibed caffeine yet. Tread carefully, DM.
This is not how you play D&D, folks.
Threaten you with death.
I
Now-
can't find my mini-me. I really like that.
And I'm sorry. Or, I think it's called.
So yeah, have us circle the Oasis if you
Yeah. For the most part, that's your world map that you guys know and love.
First thing that's going to come out of my mouth is...
Just a reminder, I just want to quickly interrupt. If you are if you are checking outside 9,
Yeah.
you see Brutus.
Brutus!
And you see the tack and head harness and everything else for horse, but no horse.
9 yells at the top of her lungs and
Pixie
starts crying.
and
Wait,
horse
I
are
look
now
for
missing.
Goliath. Is Goliath there?
Goliath is there.
Do
Okay,
you
fine.
do you not remember me summoning a war steed and her doing the whole mushy thing?
No, you have that steed. That steed's here.
Okay, because like,
Horse is not.
oh,
I was asking about the other 2
okay,
because you can summon that one. Those 2 are.
yes.
Oh,
Oh, thanks, Tim.
real quick interjection.
Thank you, Tim.
We are in the process of getting a mascot made for the channel. As soon as he's done, I will be trying to reveal it on stream. I'm going to be using him for our channel logo and some of the animations on screen.
So, Xanthip, you were going to say.
Oi, Andrest,
Yeah.
what are our laws for today?
Oh yeah, DM, what are our laws for today?
You peer upon the stone, and as you do, and you normally do, you receive no result.
Oh, I guess there are no laws.
Yes, I can be lawless finally.
You notice,
Today's rule, there are no rules.
as a reminder, you do see that, while as all the 5 of you are here, you do not see Jorah or Kaelin.
Where's Kaylin? She wasn't awful.
She
How
probably
come she's gone and the horse haters are here? This world sucks.
Hey! What do you mean horse haters?
I literally go at you and I go, I made you a horse. Made you. Crafted it.
You made that? You told me that was the ghost.
I may have used his essence.
You did what?
He disappeared, so I was like,
Horse necromancer.
No!
It's still a horse.
Okay, it's better than the other type of essence you might have used. So...
Horse musk?
Yes.
Gross.
Oh.
I'm really confused. Let's get back to the story.
If anybody was to investigate and go back upstairs to open the room to Kaelin where she was sleeping,
Well, yes, it would behoove us to go see where our party
Behoove
is.
us, really?
Yes,
behoove us.
Don't bridle me with your
You
tongue.
see her gear. You see what she was wearing. You see magic sword ?
I grab it.
Gosh darn it!
But you see no Kaelin. And similarly, if you go to check on where Jorad was, Jorad's no longer there.
I loot me his cool. I don't care.
Jorad had nothing of interest to take, other than
Yeah,
a
we
short
know.
sword.
I found the magic
But I gave him.
Oh well, yeah.
Was it a short sword, a long sword, a...
I don't know.
Magic sword ? Is a Marinthian Starblade, which he has the stats for.
It's a short sword.
Short sword, so piercing, melee, damage on it was...
1d6.
He's just a little horse right now.
That wasn't very neighborly of you.
Okay.
I'm tired of being saddled with all this.
You're not.
What's up, kiddo? If you can what?
I made
Yeah.
sure they went out.
I guess, yeah.
So currently the 5 of you are inside of the inn.
I don't ask your dad. He banished you.
Into the shadow realm.
No,
that's
that's
just
her
Vistra.
boyfriend.
Oh,
In Lorimir.
so how's that going for you?
Well, I don't know.
Badly.
Mr. might have a new boyfriend. Who knows?
Okay. Anyway,
It would appear that they've gone and had the rapture without us.
Does it mean
I read the books. This doesn't work well. No, not necessarily. But we digress. What's a Okay, so I want to go to the oasis and see if the freezy ball is still in the water.
no, I have it.
Oh.
You put it in the net in
And
the
you
water.
put it in the
Yeah.
water.
Yeah, and I took it back out after we got our water skins filled. Does
That
anyone
was-
remember the last 15 minutes?
Hold on. The last 15 minutes never happened.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay, yes, that's what I did. But it's
Okay.
mine.
Are you sure?
Yes,
I don't
it's mine.
remember any of this. It's not even here.
The last 15 minutes of the game never happened.
Nobody
Your
remembered
icy
a
spheres
thing.
in the water
In the net.
now.
And
Okay.
yes, it is there. It is still there. No one has touched it.
I'm filling up all the water skins with my freezy ball, and then I'm taking my freezy ball because it's mine.
Okay.
I'm licking
You
it with
retrieve the
You should
frozen
probably get
artifact
that
from the water.
Mine.
As you look around, there's no new
No touchy.
footsteps.
Oh, touchy.
There's no new animal prints. There's nothing that's changed.
So wait, so it's like there's nobody here?
There's nobody.
I look over to you and I go, so what is your God saying right now?
What is my God saying right now?
You do not feel. Actually, you do feel a slight connection to say Lunate.
Was that you or the mouse?
The mouse.
The babies are asleep.
Every once in a while, they actually do that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Very
Andress,
infrequently.
you do not get a clear message, but you feel her.
Okay.
And that feeling,
I want to know what love is.
if you could measure it, seems like it's getting stronger. In very, very small amounts.
I will convey that to the person who asked that of me.
What about Bahamut? Since I'm technically from this world, and Bahamut is, like
Technically part of this world.
yes.
You feel your
part of
connection
your
with
world.
Bahamut, yes.
What is he saying about this?
Run! Run, Forrest, run!
I thought okay. So what I'm thinking is why wouldn't he be angry at me for trying to destroy this world?
That is a weird question, isn't it?
Don't give Bahamut ideas.
Well, if he could, hey, you know what? Maybe if I
If
Your
this-
sense of self-preservation is, or
So,
lack of self-preservation
no, actually,
showing.
give it some thought. Why would Bahamut not be mad that you're destroying Bahamut's world?
How could that not be good?
I said that on purpose.
Okay, thank you.
okay, so I get that thought and I ponder it and I go,
And now that the 5 of you are outside,
Mm-hmm.
you look around and something's very different. The terrain, as far as the eye can see, around all 360 degrees, it's like the sphere is being inverted. You see, as you look far, far north, you can see humongous boulders and rock and sections just floating.
But that's not normal.
And you see some water spouts floating up. It's far, far, far north.
Santa,
To
what
the
was
east,
in the dinner you gave us?
to the
Found
east,
some mushrooms under a rock.
you see moss and grass-covered sections of rock floating in the air.
Oh.
You see no water. Perception check, everybody, real quick.
that was decent.
Did anybody get over a 20?
I got
Oh,
820. Me.
Okay. As you two look out to the east, and again, this is far, far, far in the distance, miles and miles and miles away, beyond the horizon, you're pretty sure you can see trees, just far, far out in the east. As you guys look to your south, you can see building bricks and rubble that resembles a desert town, and it's floating in midair. And as you guys
One word.
look west, you see other big chunks of mountain and more water. Actually, west is mostly a wall of water. And if you guys look at the world map that I have on the table there,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
do you see the orange outline?
yeah.
Everything beyond the orange outline is gone.
Wow.
Not that you guys can see that from here?
Does it look
Can we
like
see
it's
Russia from our house?
No.
Oh.
My
Oh.
elf eyes can see that from here.
Where, for over a mile, where the orange lines are, those features you see in the air.
okay?
So like,
does it look like it's moving closer, or does
it's from where you're at, it's just floating. It seems like if you stare at it long enough, it's moving ever so slightly upwards, like clouds drifting. But from your perception, as far away as you are, it looks like it's floating, and that debris is all around you in 360
There's
degrees.
a word that's bouncing around in the back of my head.
Like the Windows
Dollar.
screensaver.
Dollar?
Sort of Dollarani.
Oh, I can't wait to play WoW Classic with that again.
Feel it all around me.
Okay.
9 starts jamming out and gets
Well,
some eyeliner.
it appears that the work that we've been doing with the crystals is affecting the world.
This
She's
world will
lost.
still exist, my butt.
Velix,
Yes.
you recognize with your 20 that,
It's at 22.
okay, with your 22, the trees that you see probably are part of the materia woods in the east, and the building and bricks you see far south is probably Cyril.
Aww.
Oh. Damn. Well,
On the map, north is where Gabs and Angela are.
all I gotta say is he won't be back for Rush Hour 3.
No one understands the words that are coming out out of your mouth.
Yes, I would. That's a D10. What did I do? I'm done. I would like to say we should probably head to the palace immediately before we get caught up in that, if it's possibly coming our way.
You know, do it any sooner than immediately.
I would recommend with haste.
Is this still warmer than it?
Why do I always roll 2 20s?
I think that's just you.
The sky is still red, and beyond all the floating debris, if you look hard enough, on the horizon you can see a mixture of white and blue light.
See?
There's one.
There's one.
No, the Paco got me one when he woke me up, so it's two.
Yay.
I suggest to the party that we should head out after I grab my freezy orb of awesomeness and stick that on me because it's nice and cool.
Okay. Does anybody object, or what is going on?
I agree. We should get heading out.
Let's go.
Scoot.
Okay.
We're gonna get out of Dodge.
I want to cast Resonance just to see.
For the first time ever,
In forever?
you feel no result. When you cast it after the crystal was destroyed,
Yeah.
you felt the spell go and felt no response. This time, you don't feel it go. It feels like you just spoke words that meant nothing.
Ray of Frost into the air to see if it's magic itself or just that spell.
You cast Ray of Frost into the air and it shoots off.
Oh.
Oh, we're doing fireworks over there.
Well, no, my magic isn't working right.
Your magic isn't working right.
You just use.
But, do you want me to explain it or do you want to talk?
I have a magical horse.
Just
Magic's working. Find out the other horse.
Anyways.
Anyway, the resonance spell that I cast didn't work, but my other magic does. So my magic isn't working right. Yeah.
Well, if the
Your
horse
magic is working just fine.
gone.
But resonance was, oh, I see. I was just trying to explain it wasn't working, that's it.
Okay.
Oh, I thought I folded my wings.
Are you feeling down?
I'm gonna goose you later.
So, where are you guys going?
You better duck.
North.
That's quackers. Hopefully you're light on your feet.
Yeah, I want to head towards wherever Randall is and...
So we only have 2 horses. Or 3.
Oh.
2 horses.
We'll see you in a bit then, Waster.
Blood Wars. Alright, see you later,
See you in
Waster.
a bit.
Alright,
Bye.
the faces.
Thank you for popping in. Oh, the box.
So you guys have 2 horses, how are you traveling?
By foot.
By
I'm
foot?
on someone's shoulders.
Well, we could all fit on 2 horses, technically, kind of.
I am a big boy.
Yes, but she's not.
He's a big boy, I'm a big boy.
Yeah.
She's tiny and you two are average in size.
What the?
I am not wrong.
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
who's got... Can you turn it off, please? Thank you.
Why are you giving me that look?
Calling us average.
In size. I thought that was a compliment to her.
Could I call you Busty?
That didn't work.
Okay, so I want to head in the direction I think Randall is.
Okay.
Mostly on... Xanthic, can I ride Brutus?
Yeah.
Okay. I hop upon Brutus.
That's your horse. Or no, Pixie, because Brutus... Yeah,
Pixie
Brutus
was
is your horse.
Andras' horse.
Yeah, Pixie was Andras' horse.
Well, he was talking about walking, so I thought he wanted all of us to walk.
Oh, I see, okay. Okay.
But we have 2 horses, right?
I'm 5 people. So 1 person has to walk.
Or she can get stuck with any of the other 2 sets.
Yeah, she probably found the warhorse okay. With
I
the
only weigh 25 pounds.
The war
She's
horse.
like a saddlebag.
The war horse can carry quite a bit on it.
Okay, so put 2 and a lure
2 in the saddlebag.
on the warhorse.
Okay.
You guys,
Me and you on the war horse.
Okay, and I guess Alyssa listening with us.
you guys trot
stuck
north
with me.
in the desert.
She's sitting in front of me, you're sitting behind me.
Wait, what?
As usual.
You're stuck with me.
Are you you upset about that?
No.
Because first you
Would
said
you
protect
two
me,
get
and
a
then
room?
I tried that. He just rolled over and went to sleep. Do you not remember like 2 sessions ago that really awkwardness
But I
when
wasn't
I hit
there.
on him in game and he completely ignored me?
But I wasn't there. I was in the other room sleeping.
Pepperidge Farm remembers. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
heading north.
We're going towards
That's
Randall.
okay. You
No,
guys.
I'm heading north because if we go towards Randall, we'll hit the mountain range.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
You guys are traveling north.
I know a path. You're going there.
It-
I'm gonna sing song to the fallen horses.
Okay.
I'm gonna pet my shiny horse.
9 regales you, and you might want to get help from the bard who hasn't done very much barley lately.
Right? I haven't done much barley lately. We've been killing stuff. I haven't even got to seduce anyone.
I've been here the whole game.
Yeah, but the one time she tried, it didn't end well.
If I wasn't a Path of Redemption, yeah.
I have no comment.
No one has a flipping clue.
16.
To do what?
Performance.
Okay.
To assist?
Yep.
To hum
So,
background music to the lute.
Ooh, it's mine.
yeah, the two of you sing sad songs about the missing horses. It's like a country.
Oh.
It's like a country
Oh.
song. Your horses done leave you too.
23.
And another 16. I got my loot out.
Okay. You guys play a magnificent, sad country
Ode
performance.
to Dirge.
Ode to the horses.
There's a tear in my beer, and I don't know how I got here. I didn't say I was good with lyrics. I'm just good with the lyre.
Now, as you travel
Wait,
through
you're
the
playing
desert,
liar now?
Loot.
Sorry, continue.
as you
I
travel
forgot what I said.
through the desert,
On
My
horses
horse
with
has my
names.
name.
on horses that have names, it's quiet. Well, the wind is quiet, but in the background you hear the grumbling of rock moving, and it's so quiet. It's so far away, but it's just that passive noise. It never goes away. And in the few hours that you guys ride north, as you're paying attention to your backgrounds, yes, these pieces of debris are slowly floating up. It's very, very slow process.
Not closer, just up.
Are
Well-
we gonna make it to the palace?
More, you see it, more stuff coming up, but it's so slow. By the time you've traveled 3 hours, the 8 things you saw are traveling up, and there's like 2 more coming up.
Oh, I should be at full house, shouldn't I?
Lake Pearl.
Yep.
Hey, anyone here? Head count?
I got
I'm
2.
You hear one response.
And who's that?
It's Jorah.
Oh,
I'm still here.
bro, where you at?
Where the heck did you go?
Well, I wasn't Kadone before Kadone disappeared. I'm
Not
traveling.
Jorad. Jorah.
Oh.
Jorah. I'm traveling at the edge of whatever's going on. It's quite a magnificent sight.
That's a word
Magnificent.
for it.
Everyone's disappearing, correct?
My horses are gone.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
Kaylin and Jorad are gone too.
Oh yeah, them too, I guess.
Wow.
I haven't seen a single person since I left.
How are you still around then?
I'm not sure.
If you turn evil on us, we're gonna have to kill you.
Do you say that?
Yes. Please don't. We like you.
I'd like to see you try.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
How do you feel about horses?
I love horses.
Oh. No, he can live, even if he's evil, we're good. You single, dude?
We have a dwarf in another dimension.
So-
And as he's talking, it's a lot. You hear his voice like fighting sound-wise with the sound of rock moving. And he says to you, I'm literally on the edge of the earth. I'm studying what's happening here, and the ground is lifting up. I'm down
It will
south of the
take
desert.
you. It will take you with it.
I'm moving with it. It's
Okay.
moving very slow.
Okay, so it
The
is
world
here.
is unraveling.
Yes.
Lovely.
Does this please you or does it just interest you?
I don't know.
Damn.
Okay.
Oh, Tim, I don't know if we can be friends anymore, dude.
They're delicious.
The cognitive dissonance is so real for me right now.
One word. Marshmallows.
Oh. But any other members who you know you have link shells with, they do not respond.
And marshmallows.
Chat's doing it to you again.
That would be the easiest way to kill a dwarf, big bad end guy. Just introduce him to this. Wrong campaign. That campaign's not here.
The first demise was actually human. So yeah,
And that wasn't Mistress' fault, that was technically Corana's fault.
it is true. And we're just gonna ride forward
Yeah.
until we get to the
Yeah,
pass.
you're moving.
Your sand slowly becomes hard dirt.
Can you,
And as you travel north, those big boulders north of you don't get any closer. They're that far away.
Okay, so there's that strange
Yeah.
time dilation thing going on.
Well, not necessarily time dilation. The fact that it's on the horizon in the distance.
Can you reach it? Because someone's being.
Doing house improvement.
Just all sorts of distractions.
We're traveling.
I know.
We're moving.
The sand becomes dirt. The dirt becomes more hard and packed. And within 4 hours, you've reached the base of the valley.
Anything of note?
The valley is beautiful. The rock is reddish, tan on the sides. It looks like it's mostly natural. Some of it's been worked
Okay.
in the valley for passage.
Okay.
Some of it's been cut straight down. You know, when you're driving around Colorado,
Yeah,
you
that
can.
really
Yep.
neat straight line thing.
Yep.
the Utah. Where is this Utah, anyways?
So you guys approach a little bit closer to where you're going, and there's a.
I'm good. Keep going.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
No.
Did you just get shanked in the kidney?
Kind of.
Alright, as long as we don't have to play catch with you.
No, you might. Just keep going. If I fall over, just throw me in my head. It's good.
There is a
Just
very.
walk with me, I'll push you in the phone.
There's a very small earthquake.
Okay.
The ground shakes ever so slightly, and you guys can see just rocks coming down the mountainsides. It's not like it's a Indiana Jones type of deal. You just see that the faces of the rocks, little pieces are breaking off.
Things are breaking apart.
Yes, and you, the entire time you traveled plus here, you can hear that sound of earth rumbling. It's that low, just in the background, that plates moving, crust breaking.
Earthquakey-ish almost.
Yeah.
This is going to be interesting. I hope we don't get caught in anything drastic.
You have reached the base of Sienna Valley without problem. Your path laid out.
We need to pay attention for Dargans now.
Yep. Dargans?
Yeah, don't you recall?
No.
Yeah, Sienna Valley is known for being. It's either Sienna Valley or the next vale over.
Wasn't
They
it
were
Sienna
supposed to
Valley?
be. That they were supposed to be Dargans.
Oh, lovely.
Maybe I should have like Dargans instead of horses. Let's see you try and make glue out of them.
And,
You get
and
more.
you guys recall having seen them. When you were in the Quiet Sands and you looked out, you saw a couple flying over the valley.
Well, and we saved one too.
Yep. You saved a dragonborn in the mines.
No, that was a baby white dragon.
It was a one that made fun of Velix.
Yep.
That was awesome.
Make joke.
Big joke.
Big joke.
Big joke.
You don't see any of the dragons.
Good.
You see a carved path before you, and as you guys travel along this path, you realize every so often you see a constructed wooden guard tower, and you see some battlements. This is definitely a place where maybe military do practices and drills.
Oh, fun.
You see places cut away with target dummies. You see practice arenas. You see little places where people would duel and fight. And you don't see a single soul.
No one's wearing shoes?
No one's wearing shoes. The winding path through the valley, you can't see the end of it. It keeps going through. Does anyone want to do anything before you move on?
I'm just keeping an eye out.
Okay.
Nine is actually gonna pray, which is weird because she's never really prayed before.
Okay. To
But
whom?
there's people, she's not sure.
Okay.
She's just gonna pray to who or whatever is listening for the ability to change worlds.
For the ability to change worlds?
Yeah.
Okay. Having never prayed before, you're not sure what to expect.
Excuse me, I'm not sure if anyone's really listening or not, but this world's unraveling because some little brat made it, and then there's the world I came from, which kind of sucked except for some of the friends I met, and horses. I want the power to change things. Thanks.
On that topic, over the last few hours, Andras, do you feel your connection getting stronger?
Do I feel any sense of directions or just that
Do you seek out for answer?
Well, given that we're pretty much just riding in silence, I would.
Okay.
Creepy silence.
You can almost like there's some radio static. You can hear Seguin's voice. You get that comforting from her voice, but it's hard to understand.
Mm-hmm.
You basically get a few words through, and it's continue forward to come back to me.
I'm just riding towards the palace.
Yep. You guys make it through Sienna Valley without problem, and now you enter Ambervale,
Are you
where
still feeling tectonic movement?
yep.
Okay.
Every so often, within the next hour or two of riding, every so often there's a little bit of shift. And it's nothing that knocks you guys over. It's nothing drastic. It's not like when you were escaping the volcano.
So these are like aftershocks, more or less?
Yes, but they keep happening.
So it's California.
Yes. Registering 1s and 2s on the scale. I mean,
Okay.
you
Like-
feel...
Well, yeah.
And every time it happens, you see little chunks of rock come off the mountains and they're falling down. It's nothing dangerous.
But there's no life whatsoever in the Sierra Valley.
No. And you've passed battlements and towers and places where there should be people.
I'm not so worried about people as I am giant, scaly creatures with wings that breathe death.
You don't see them either.
Oh, good.
I'm determined to keep going on the path we're going.
We're heading to Amityville or whatever the heck that place is.
Ambervale.
Amityville horror.
You guys have made it through Sienna Valley, so you can bring the group forward.
Okay.
You are so when you reach the end of the valley, it opens up once again, and you can see large stone buildings in Ambervale.
Okay.
You see houses. You see a small fort, like a mini castle, a fortification. You see a nice, prestigious-looking sort of hall. And this hall has the symbol of the 12 swords in a circle,
Right.
which you've seen before
Yeah. I'm trying to remember where.
on
It was
the
on
judges.
It was the judges.
Yep. If you've ever recalled when Sid said he had to go, he was
Going back to Amberville.
going back to Amberville. This looks like where the people would live that worked in the palace, that mined for the palace, that looked for iron and gold and mithril, and maybe even other things in this area. But when you see the mountains start to open up, on the sides of some of these mountains there are these large deposits of what looks like amber. It's this yellow translucent crystal, and in most places it's smooth. Some of it's a bit harder and rockier, like a gemstone, but a lot of places it's smooth and it's beautiful. It's when you look at one that's facing between you and the sun, it reflects the sun through the amber, and the natural sunlight becomes darker. It's quite a sight to see.
This is really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
feel like if I existed in other lives, this would scare me.
This is rather neat.
When you guys ride through this small town or city, so to speak, there is somebody standing at the steps of that
Somebody familiar?
ornate hallway in full plate armor.
Mm-hmm.
You find Sid, and he sees you guys coming.
You haven't disappeared.
You guys made it to Ambervale.
You made it to Ambervale.
There wasn't much
I come back
opposition
here by
on the
default.
way.
Oh.
I'm bound to this place.
Oh.
Like a rubber band?
Yeah, like a rubber band.
Okay.
What's a rubber band?
I hope that the journey was easy. I mean, it should
There
be
was
because
nothing.
Normally there's many people here. There's
What about the dragons we heard about? No, I mean, do they actually exist?
They do. They did. Do you know of anybody else that's? Was there normally a few more of you?
Yeah, we lost
Kaylin
two of
and
our
Yeah.
two of ours.
Karen?
Kayla?
Kaylin and Jorad are missing. Ezra,
Ezra, the anti-law guy.
Mont Blanc, and a couple of the others that we were connected to have disappeared. However, Jorah seems to be still present. He's chasing the edge of the world, as it were.
Well, that's what I'd expect from a researcher.
But it seems everybody and everything has disappeared. We saw no creatures, antlions, bombs, dragons, etc.
It truly is the end of the world.
Have you seen Randall or the Queen?
No, but they're probably at the palace if they still exist.
I got words for them. We should go.
I will join you. There's nothing better to do. Most of my judges have disappeared too.
Makes your job more difficult.
No one's called me.
Okay, that makes your job less difficult.
And
Krabby Patty, you have more dragon scales than me. I'm not sure if I'm proud of you or.
as far as the law goes, I don't think there is one today. I didn't.
There is none.
Yeah, I didn't get instruction. It didn't come down the line, and I don't normally set them. I just enforce them, and there is none today.
I will have to.
I need everyone to roll perception.
I need to.
Are you not feeling well today?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I can find a cork.
What did everybody roll?
25.
12.
12.
14.
14.
Wait, hold on. 12.
Okay. Andrast,
Yep.
you're not sure how or why, but you feel this as you look up and down Sid. You can feel this sort of energy pulsating from him. It doesn't feel unusual. It doesn't feel good or evil. It just feels like an excess.
An excess.
My new toy is making people entertained.
Oh, good.
And Vistra rolled a
A 1.
There is a 5-second cooldown between each use,
So it doesn't get
so it
spammed.
doesn't get spammed.
Oh, try again, Krabby. You can do it. There you go.
Nobody rolled higher than a 10 in the
I'm
past
just-
6 rolls.
I'm just amused that, of course, my first one is going to be a
So,
1.
yeah, the only one who rolled relatively well is that one.
So the valley begins to close in again, and there's a slight rock passageway, but you can see in the distance beyond the hills, there are a few spires and what looks like a palace beyond. It takes probably about
Let's go, Brutus.
20 minutes to get there from where you are.
Nine's like Lady Godiving this, but with clothes on.
Sid is following you.
You know, we had to do shock and awe factor.
When you guys get out of the base of the valley and into this rocky passage, you see yet another familiar face.
Oh? Is it the short man that was with him at the gates?
No, it is a red-haired lady
Oh,
The
hey
real
Rissa.
and her clan.
Awesome. Hey Rissa.
Xantha. And she has her bow in hand.
Uh-huh.
You know I told you I can't let you pass.
This world's already destroyed.
Like, we could just stand here until it catches up with us and disappears, or we can try and make peace with Randall. Your choice, babe.
And she ignores them and looks at you.
Dang.
I got nothing to say. They said it for me.
Nine is feisty today.
Nine's had enough of this.
It's clear that something is going on. It looks like you're being successful.
Yes.
I stood here knowing you'd have to come here. And all I felt in my heart was a sort of rage that a friend of mine would destroy what I love so much.
You've been here a month.
I loved it. So have you. You've been here a month. This was a perfect place.
For you, it may have been. For Randall, it may have been. For us, it has been nothing more than a fancy trip.
And an unwilling one at that.
And she looks at you, and she's hoping you'd say something else. You can see kind of a waiting in her face.
Mm-hmm.
She shrugs it off and knows she's not going to get what she's looking for out of you. And she...
Sister, I'm not even...
I was hoping you'd say something too, but she sighs, and you can see her expression sort of change, and it's more like the Risa you remember.
Mm-hmm.
Will we be friends again after this is over?
I enjoy your company. I have no problem with that.
She moves out of the way.
You may still teach me things that I don't know.
That's 3.
You're there. Please don't murder us. They're there.
What happened? What happened?
All the girls caught it.
Okay. Risa moves to the side, and she beckons her clan to move out of the way.
Would you
I
be
have a
willing? Would you be willing to help us?
No. I'm not going to stop you because I'm sure you have a fight on your hands.
I'm sure we do too.
But on the off chance that you fail and I can fix this world, I'm not going to try to stop it.
Fair enough. Make your way back to the oasis. It's empty, but should still be standing.
As she walks by you, she gives you the hand, and she continues on with Clan Vieira the opposite way you guys came. So she did not stop you, and she hopes to be your friend again when you return.
Psst, Sandbag.
Mm.
I think she wants to be more than your friend.
So do you.
Bum, 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 bum.
What do you want?
To go home.
And then
And
what?
dinner.
We'll figure it
How
out.
about
after
women in 5 syllables or less?
By the way, Waster, you weren't here for it. You, Krabby Patty, and Big Wheezy have all been promoted to VIPs of our channel.
Yay, Vips!
Woo!
Glad to have our friends here. Thank you for joining us as always. I really appreciate it.
We all do. We make it more entertaining.
Yes.
And within moments, your party arrives at the steps of the palace. It's regal. The stonework is smooth. There's a few spires. There's a main hall. There's a few battlements where soldiers probably were. And there is a lump on the ground
Is it cancer?
at the steps to the door.
Oh, it's a Libra.
I give you 1 point of inspiration for moving past this. I'm proud of you.
I'm going to
Okay,
dismount.
stick.
Hold on a second, guys.
Roll perception if you guys want to try to figure out from where you're at.
And I'm just going to approach it.
19.
Dear Lord.
9, do you want to try?
Yeah.
Okay.
Woo!
What's
Give you 1 guess what I rolled.
20.
Yeah.
the hamster is spinning? It's not quite dead. Give me a moment.
Spinning but not quite dead.
Yes.
It's a 22.
Okay.
17.
Your hamster's like that one that the bird puts in the cage and then goes brrrr.
Yes.
As Xanthem approaches it, and 9, you recognize it's the shape of a gnome. It's a small person, crumpled over with robes flying. You recognize the white robes. And as you approach two, and the rest of you are only 15, 20 feet away from the steps, and you climb up the steps. You're fairly certain that's Babis.
Hey!
I'm going to see if there is life.
You reach down and he is breathing, but he's not coming to. His breath is short.
So is he.
I will blow a healing potion.
Okay. How much can you roll a healing for me, please?
6.
Okay. You put the tincture of liquid into his mouth and you help move the liquid down his throat.
Yep.
And you he looks up at you
You feeling better?
a little bit.
What happened?
I was attacked
By?
by that avatar of the queen's, you know, the one.
Oh, her.
Huh?
The
That-
one that blew us over with the sword swipe in the silent desert.
Oh.
That wasn't a she. I think
The
he
queen's
means.
avatar is what he said.
Oh, gotcha. Never mind.
I was attacked by the queen's avatar. It goes by the name Arndel.
Arndel?
Arndel.
Okay.
Probably already killed.
I think he thought they killed me, and they just moved on.
Well, it's fortunate they didn't.
It seems Remedy has taken control of Prince Randall's mind.
Oh.
Seems like
She-
most of our musings were correct.
She, over the last weeks and days, she's been acting more and more erratic, and then she put this symbol on his head, and suddenly he became emotionless. And I'm sworn to Prince Randall, and she had Arndel attack me, and it was over in one strike.
Well,
Ready to
Yeah.
learn.
you have a few people here who are making their way to this to try and fix this. How shall I phrase this? Remedy?
Remedy? Well,
So wait, does that mean we're the poison for the remedy? The remedy.
Yes. Well done.
Thank you.
Is it on his forehead?
what? The
The
symbol?
mark.
Yes, it's a red sort of mark.
It's
This
not
is-
M.
This is gonna sound weird.
It's the same symbol Remedy has on her head that she's always had on her head.
Is it just like a little magical on the surface?
It's
is
like
it
it's like the shape of an eye with a diamond around it.
Right, but
is it tattooed? Is it just stamped? Is it magically glowing there?
I don't know how she applied it to him.
we can try. I know what you're thinking.
Okay.
We
It'll
can
be
try.
it'll be messy, but we can do it.
Yeah. We're going to go and take care of the situation.
And he
Are you
sits
going
up
to
and-
join us?
I'm weak.
Okay, and?
How weak?
Don't be an
I'm
ass.
not.
No.
I didn't ask if you wanted to
On
fight.
a scale-
I asked if you wanted to join us.
On a scale of 1 to 50.
Right.
Like a
Are you-
7.
Okay.
I'm Major Ow.
Where? He's short, right? He's
Yeah.
like a little shorter than me.
He's a gnome.
He's a gnome.
He's the gnome you fought at the Crystal Chamber. who
Gnomes
lightning
are
bolt.
actually taller than half the
3-2.
No, they are not. If halflings are on average, if you're going by the PHB, 2 to 4 inches taller.
Oh.
I literally just had like a
You
heated
okay?
debate with someone on this.
Are you okay?
Yep.
Okay.
And by heated debate, I mean
Okay.
I didn't give a shit. And
He
they
gets
would
8
shut up
points
about
back.
it, so I fixed it.
Well, thank you.
Okay, so what happened?
The gnome that we fought in the Crystal Cave,
Babis.
Babis,
Yeah.
we just found him almost dead, healed him, and found out that Remedy has put a tramp stamp on Randall's head that has turned him into an emotionless person.
She Majin him.
Yes, that's a good one too.
So what Babis do?
He almost
He's-
died in one hit.
Ooh.
Yeah, the Queen's avatar just about took him out.
Purple dude with sword.
I think. Is that
No.
it is the purple dude?
When he talks about the Avatar and names him, since you guys never learned his name in the first
I
place,
tried.
Arndel, you recognize that with description and context clues, it's the poofy hat and the robe and the white Stark sword.
You mean the one that we actually managed to
These tramp stamps get you mind controlled, my friend. I'm not sure you want to go that far.
Mine wards off mind control.
You wake up with back pain and a strange sensation to take a shower.
Now, when you also healed him, I feel better. I will follow you in, but don't expect me to contribute. I'm
If Randall's being attacked by anybody other than us,
I will try, but I'm
it is
very injured.
your sworn duty to protect him. So you do as you feel you must. I'm not asking anything more.
I will follow you.
to the ends of the earth.
To think a week ago we were enemies.
War makes strange bedfellows,
War's good for nothing.
except for making money.
And then when you guys are talking, Sid, who is following you, approaches and he looks at Bavis and he says, "I'm sorry I couldn't protect you." And Bavis, it's okay, I understand. Say it again.
You fool!
Well, time to continue moving. Can you
Yep,
at least
let's go.
help direct us? Because I don't know my way around this palace.
It's very simple. You walk into the front doors, go down the main entryway, and you'll come across the throne room, and that's probably where they are.
Very bad
moving.
design if you want to be not attacked by people.
The main entryway, you continue down the hallway.
Okay.
There's all sorts of chutes off to the left and right, but just follow the straight path.
Okay.
I'm coming with you. And apparently Sid is also.
Yeah,
Yes, I am.
Sid has been pivotal in a lot of the decisions we've made.
Okay. I need you guys to clear the table a little bit, please.
I don't care what it's made out of, I just want to kill it.
Do you want to kill the road?
Okay.
I just slipped a stitch.
No.
Hold on.
Revive it.
Hey, honey,
Yep,
She's stitching.
hold on.
just make sure the dice don't move much.
Got it.
Reveal!
Oh, I got a dice. Who had a dice?
Mine.
Oh wait, no.
Is that yours?
That's mine.
That's not mine.
Mine now.
I'll get it!
Go ahead. If that rolls
And now-
crappy now,
And
I
now a
will
word
eat
from our
you.
sponsor, Alex.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, roll a 16 for a shot, so I think you're okay.
5,
I shall arrange us in the normal manner.
1, 4, 5.
Here,
Now I got this.
Let me put it in my boobs.
So,
You don't have
you guys haven't come into the main chamber yet. The throne room.
vampire sharks or shanks?
Sharks.
You guys have traveled through the main hall of the palace for a few minutes now, and you come across the throne room.
Hey, Allie, thank you.
Hi, Allie. Thank you
Okay,
for joining
accept
us.
the love.
Have a good day at work.
Thank you.
And as you guys come into this chamber with Xanthic in front, I suppose, unless you guys want to modify that order.
I'm in front.
Oh, you might want to grab Sid.
Grab a few things.
What are we going to use for a gnome-annoying guy who doesn't want to do anything? You have that. See if you can find something that would be an annoying gnome. Someone's being kleptomaniac.
Apparently,
Not ever do Zach
one.
lose that?
Yeah,
Yes, I did.
most of them, they're going to be in that one.
Oh,
I
I was
took
talking to the
one
gold guy.
for
Oh, yeah.
20 minutes. And you never noticed when I put it back.
He's following with you, and use the gnome that's shooting lightning out of his hands. That's what I used for him last time.
Okay.
And then I need you to find a female, if you have some sort of warrior or
We got a couple
This
of
one?
female ladies.
For the gnome?
yeah, use that one for
Fine.
No. No.
He's in the back. Because
For
he got
Babis. Babis is near the back. He's following you guys.
We got Velix and I are going to be in the front.
And you need 3 more models. I need one for Queen Remedy, I need one for Randall, and I need one for Arndal.
One, sweetie?
Again?
This thing's like nobody has rolled above an 8 that I see.
No, I rolled a
What do you mean
17.
again?
Oh, never mind.
You already got rid of him once.
Well, yeah, Babis just told you guys that in one swoop he destroyed him. Arndal destroyed Babis. Okay, who's that on the table?
Let's use the Jorah. Or Dread.
Who's that going to be?
We'll say it's Randall.
Okay.
That can be Queen Remedy.
Okay.
The one-armed wonder?
Yep.
That's fine. Her other arms behind her cloak, it's
One-armed Wonder Woman.
And that can be the
Arndal.
Arndal.
Okay. Put Remedy on the steps. Put Randall in the far back, behind, like, to the right of the throne, which is circles the throne. Yep, there's fine. And put Arndal 10 feet in front of Remedy. To the other side of the 5.
Is he square 5?
Yep, they're all 5s. They're all 5s. And this is what you see. You see actually, you know what? The more you guys think about this area, this looks like a in good repair version of where you guys just
I was going to say, this seems very familiar.
Yep.
You have a red carpet leading up the stairs, and where the throne is where the crystal was last time.
Yep.
But this is a bit bigger, and there's these side passages that lead off to other parts of the castle.
So how about we play a very crazy game of tag with these guys? Who wants to go Scooby-Doo?
Scooby-Dooing?
I'm gonna go up there and smack you with my shield.
Which one?
Probably all of them.
Which one first?
I'm gonna say the guy that's gonna blow us away is probably gonna be the first target.
Schwarzenegger up there?
Yeah.
Arndal? Okay.
Because last time he hurt me pretty good.
He hurt all of us. Apparently we can't resist his attack.
I want to move up to that square.
This one?
Okay.
Yep.
You guys feel free to move around, and you see Arndal and Remedy watching you guys.
Lightning bolt. That's exactly within range.
Of whom?
Remedy.
Okay.
Just knock
You
it
just
off.
walk past us and go zap.
Are you stopping me?
I'm not stopping
I'm
her.
clarifying.
Yes.
Okay.
For
Can,
the horses.
can I do one thing before you let me
Yeah,
go?
absolutely.
Okay.
Just know that that's my plan. If I can't do it, just tell me to.
So I'll work that in. I'm gonna save you your spell slot. Okay. So you see. Actually, hang on. I have.
On the catwalk.
I'm too sexy
There you
for
go.
my map. Too sexy for my map.
And I shake my little toes on the catwalk.
Can you imagine a dragonborn in full chainmail or male in full mail doing that?
A catwalk?
Yes, but they have no tail.
Oh, I don't have
Race
access
the maps.
to the monitor because it's Joe's computer.
Or a dragonborn trying to.
Oh, I'm
twirl.
sorry.
As you guys remember, that's who you see.
That's Remedy.
That's Remedy. And do I need to get Arndal also? You guys
No,
know
I
Remedy?
I
remember.
remember.
Okay.
Bugger.
So you look closely at her head.
Yep, she's got the little diamond thing going on there.
That diamond thing is also on Randall's forehead.
Quick, somebody get some Windex.
Fork knife.
I can give you the HDMI cable.
It's okay because I have like 2 more things to show.
Okay.
You see this sort of barrier protecting Randall, this sort of globe that's pulsating. But he's on his knees and he's got the symbol on his head and he's doing nothing. Perception. Anybody who wants to look at him.
I am scoping out this entire room.
You
12.
cursed my dice.
Okay, that one's done for a while.
Did anybody roll, let's say, an 18?
Time out. No.
Or
Over?
Ha! That doesn't count.
Okay.
But it's proof that my dice luck works.
If you rolled 18 or higher while you're scanning everything in this hurried few seconds, you can see Randall's face is blank. I mean, not like nothing, but no smile, no frown, no.
He's a
furrow.
flat half cheese grater?
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah. He's showing the emotional capability of Bella from Twilight.
I'm happy.
Ah,
I'm mad.
ah,
I love you.
I'm in so much pain.
Ow.
Ah.
Ow. Make it stop. Ow.
I'm so glad I didn't watch that.
You almost need to, but put
Oh, this is horrible. Make it stop.
Okay. As somebody who
What
was
is-
a die-hard Twilight fan in middle school,
Remedy
The movies
doing
did
as we're
get
walking up.
Are you?
because
Is
they
it
changed
obvious? Are you
directors.
making it purely obvious what
She
you're
really
about to
didn't
do?
Get that much better,
No.
but the movies
I just walk up-
themselves did get better.
Remedy?
And she stares at you, and you can see
Yes,
sort
we
of a
should,
smile
Tim.
creep on her face.
Oh, the second I see that lip twitch, I'm blasting that
Okay.
thing.
Keep in mind you start speaking your spell. It's a 6-second to speak and move your hands. And does anyone want to do anything in this very time frame when she starts?
Like horses!
Okay.
If she's gonna start casting spells, I'm going to run up and try to if something happens to go flying at her, I'm gonna have my shield.
Have me flank
Okay.
forward the other side.
You see that she's preparing to do her lightning bolt, and as you do, Sid runs up to you and grabs your arm. So please move Sid up to behind her. And then you see the moment as he grabs your arm, you look over at Remedy, and Remedy has a white card in her hand, and she raises it up. And she smiles, and you can hear sort of a light cackle. And the card evaporates, and this sort of energy floods the room, and she says, "Go for it."
I look at my
I
lost stone.
stop and look
Thank
at
you.
Sid. What just happened?
You look at your
I
law
also
stone
move
as
behind.
she looks at her law stone as Sid got your arm and lets you go. He's not trying to restrain you.
No, I would have stopped the second he.
Your law stone says 21.
We don't have a 21.
No, look at your book.
Okay,
Your book
I
updates.
look at my book.
You look at your book and it says Law 21. I wrote it out in the book. Sorry. Oh, the law in the book says attacking Queen Remedy, Randall, or Arndal is illegal.
Alright.
What tier is that?
6.
Oh dear God. Well,
And she stares at you. She says, "Just try it."
Okay, I'm going to approach her.
Yup.
So, if you go ahead, move 30 feet up. If you're gonna approach,
I'm approaching.
I'm approaching
I'm
as well.
gonna stay back with them.
I'm not attacking
I'm
you. I'm
gonna
high-fiving you in the face with a lightning bolt.
Sid's also
Put me
approaching.
on the- can you put me on the map, please?
Anybody else approaching? Babs is staying slightly behind.
I would like to use my tier 2 Make a Law card.
I'm gonna peek
Okay.
around.
And are you making it obvious what you're doing? Or are you
Huh?
going to do it kind of stealthily?
I'm gonna kind of pull up my side and
Okay, and Sid's looking at you and he's kind of giving you the don't bother look. He's like, because you have a, go ahead though. I mean, but Sid's kind of giving you that look of, what are you doing?
no force damage.
Okay. So you apply your law like she applied her law, and you see, I don't have which number off that is offhand, but the law, no force damage.
Will you move me over that way? I'm just kind of flank. Yeah.
I don't think I had that.
Okay.
Where did
But-
I have a number for it, but I have to look through the handbook real quick.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's irrelevant.
Well,
It's
number 11
irrelevant.
is recommended for no lightning.
It's
and
probably,
thunder,
like,
so it's
around
probably
that.
opposite.
Yeah. So
Either way.
as she applies this law and she's sort of laughing, you see Sid reach into his a satchel that's on his armor, and you see him kind of sigh, and he brings out a pulsating black card, and he raises it up as also. And anybody who's looking at Sid,
You giving that to me, Seekzilla?
Kill her and take my 20, dang it.
There is a space between redeem and the item you want to redeem.
So everybody,
When he did that, it didn't work.
everybody who has, if Sid's in front of everybody, you're looking at Sid, and if
Give that 20, that's fine.
Xanthip and who's behind besides Xanthip?
I'm up there.
Vandrax? Okay.
Yeah.
The two of you, if you look back,
I didn't know you moved up.
you guys see Sid raise this black card, and it is oozing a darkness as it leaves a satchel. It leaves a little trail. And he breathes in, and he deploys his card. And just like the white that filled the chamber, this time from him, a blackness fills it the other way. And this one shakes. Everybody needs to make a dex save.
Oh, jeez. That's not
Two
bad.
in a row.
Yes, a dex save. If you're proficient, you get the save on it, so
22, nat 20.
you're fine. It's not much. You had to roll higher than 14.
Oh.
Yay!
good.
I beat
Okay.
way more than.
So the ground shakes, and you're kind of almost caught
Are
off
you
guard.
using the nat 20 that he gave you?
I just rolled a nat 20, so if someone
Anybody
else
really
can use
needs to use that nat 20. It's out
I
there
say
for
I
you.
got
Okay.
an 18.
You guys can hold on to it. I'm fine with that.
it. Awesome
And
sauce.
he raises the black card, and it erupts with energy, and everything shakes. Even Remedy and Arndal are taken aback by it. And you could, if you're staring at Remedy, since you're in this locked eyes with her, you see her half-cocked smile go to a face of surprise for just a moment, and this great noise floods. You know, it's the energy, it's noise, it's just almost like a white noise, kind of static. And you see, you hear Sid kind of scream out as this card is activating, and it fades from his hand. And he says as it comes back down, I have waited to use this until the appropriate moment, because it costs me everything. And you see his full plate armor start to fade away, and his longsword with the seal fades away too.
Uncle.
Your lawstone fades away.
Oh.
Your book fades away.
Yeah.
And he says, this is the final anti-law.
I will speak your name with the horses. And 9 tears up a little bit.
He says, I got this from Ezra. I've been working with him for the last couple days. We worked to build the ultimate anti-law because I knew this was going to happen.
Does yours negate every law?
Law's gone.
Perfect.
Sweet, now we live in Jags.
Oh.
Congratulations.
He said, with the way Remedy's been controlling, or tried to control the judges before I split, remember that?
Mm-hmm.
I figured she was going to do something like this. So he's in underclothes. I mean, what you wear. I mean, it's what you wear underneath armor. It's
Yeah.
Like a linen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he has no weapon. What are you giving him?
The ring can.
The Starblade of Healing, or
Yep.
okay, is that your second one, or just the one you have?
We have two floating around, and
I
that
also
one
have
keeps making its way back to
I
me.
also have the magic sword question mark.
And
He's
well,
got
that's the same
sec-
thing.
He's got the second one.
And Remedy's, what did you do, Sid? Destroyed the law. You can't win that way.
He's
You
smiling
see
now.
Remedy's smile, that half-cocked smile, is gone. Now she's got a sort of worried look on her face. And Arndal preps up. You know, he wasn't expecting to fight because he knew they cheated.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's ready to fight. You know, he's got his hand on his stark white short sword.
Ooh, shiny. I get shiny one. So shiny. Thank you.
So about that lightning bolt.
You don't
This
know.
is at 30. I don't have line of sight anymore. Everyone went ahead of me.
If
I'm not gonna risk that.
There's a
You're
car
over here.
anyway, too.
if that is the case,
I was
I'm
gonna say, is
There's
it
a
evolving to
collar.
combat, or is there any more going on?
No.
I'm running
This.
straight at.
I was gonna say I'm still approaching.
Okay, we're
I'm not-
gonna
no,
go
I'm
into
not pushing,
initiative.
I'm running.
Everybody, roll initiative.
Ooh. Happy days.
I'm not using the dice anymore. You touched it.
Do you want?
Oh, see, look at that. No touching.
Here, give me
It's
your other
good.
one.
It's fixed. No, this is my good one. It's my good.
No, which one did she take?
The green one.
Here, give me here.
No, like legitimately look.
Oh wow.
Wait, what?
18.
Nice.
17.
Highest form of flattery.
Wow.
Yes. Can you see us shoving our hands down our shirts to put dice in there? No, absolutely not.
I was wondering if you could see the dice sitting there on screen.
Oh, I thought you meant like, could they tell what we
My
were doing?
cameras aren't that good.
Oh, we didn't roll for
Your birthmark is safe.
We didn't roll for Charmander.
Oh, sorry. What'd you get?
A 6.
So did I.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
It is fate. The Charmander goes
Last.
last.
Okay, everybody roll initiative. Allure, what was your initiative?
23.
Very good. Andrast?
One less than
20.
Max.
I'm sorry, Andrast, what?
20.
20. 9.
19.
Xantha.
17.
Did anybody use the outstanding 20?
Negative.
Velis?
21.
Right, now I suppose I need to roll a couple here.
I'm holding that for my lightning bolt. Or something similar. Unless someone else needs it.
Crit lightning bolt. Oh yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yes, sir.
It doesn't. Lightning bolt's not a day hit roll. It's a dex save, isn't it?
Aw.
Yeah, it's a dex save.
That's why I was being... It was supposed to be cute, Xantha.
It confused me, that's all. I had all my spells, but things changed. What did I do wrong now? All the things?
Everything.
Okay.
Also, you just let me know what you'd like for breakfast tomorrow.
Food.
And
I'll make sure I've got everybody here. So, Allure, Velix, Andras, 9, Queen, Xanthip, Sid, Arndal, Bavis.
yeah. Charmander.
Charm for your Charmander.
Okay.
We do
We
not
s-
need the charm.
We start off round 1 with Allure. This
I'm
is what
first.
yes, you are. 23 goes
This
first.
is the first time.
Whoa!
Usually you're like half dead by the turn goes.
Right? That's why do you think she hides? Well, seeing as we are in range, I need all of them to make a dex save.
Who's all of them?
All of them.
Those 2.
Yes.
Okay.
They're gonna crisp before they crisp.
It's not going to reach the Randall.
It should, if it's 20 foot radius.
No.
What are you doing?
Fireball.
What's the range on...
150 feet.
Okay. Are you trying to hit all 3 of them, or are you just trying to hit those 2?
If I do there, it should hit all of them.
It will hit all of them. I'm just asking.
Right, he's
if-
asking if you want to hit all of them or not.
Because right now Randall's not actually doing anything.
True.
That's that. And you know what? It's weird. That pulsating kind of white, blue, white field that's around him.
Like blue white.
I set it up that way on purpose. It's like a white, blue, and a white. It's almost reminiscent of that shield that covers you guys when law's in effect. But it's a full circle around him.
But there's no more.
I
Yeah,
know.
That's why he said almost.
It's almost. It's like that.
Okay.
Okay, so.
No, you know, I'm not gonna hit him, so I'm gonna put it like right here.
Well,
Or
Well, if nobody used that 20, I can use it.
Or not.
use a 20.
Oh.
Use a 20.
for what?
For what?
Just hit.
It's a
It's not
dex
a-
save.
Oh, the next God dang it.
Yes.
Okay. So what happens if I fail my save?
They take full damage.
Okay.
And
Then we'll
anything that
fire
is
balance.
not, and anything that is not worn, is ignited and is
Okay.
on fire.
Anything that's flammable.
flammable. That's an important
Yes,
distinction.
If it's flammable and is not worn or carried.
So as a reminder, since this chamber is like the previous one you were in, this 10-foot line that you guys are standing on is a red carpet.
Oh, so that's gonna catch on
That
fire.
could just be
That's
screwed.
okay.
Yeah.
No.
Can I have
You got-
6d6, please?
No.
I got 3.
I got 3.
I got 3.
She borrows them all.
I need one more. Really?
Oof.
That is an average roll.
That's obnoxious, is what that is.
This is where you need Tyr. Tyr can make it so he maximizes his rolls.
I'll make it easier for you.
20.
20 points of fire damage. Thank you.
Your fireball goes off in that section, and the entire 20 feet of carpet that's in this zone
Another one is mine.
bursts into flame.
So you really did half.
And that wave of flame and energy washes over Arndal and the queen, which in the time the fireball left your hand and the time it hit the queen's, where you aimed it at the queen she looks different.
Oh, lovely.
Quick change, artist.
And in a brief flash, she went from her normal drobe to this.
Ow!
Oh,
Fire
So she's
resistance.
Urza.
Great. X23 meets the Grim Reaper.
yeah.
Fire
Okay.
resistant.
What enemy does she come out of?
Fairy tale.
That's,
Right.
That's not Urza.
That's
is
not
it?
Urza.
No, it's not
That is
Urza.
not
No.
Urza.
This
no,
is
I'm saying
this is
'cause
the way
she's
she is in
able
the
to-
game. I'm just
no,
saying.
I'm saying because she was able to change her armor.
Yeah.
I,
Urza Scarlet. With
Yeah,
all her
it's a
many
flash
weapons.
from her, but it's a flash from her regal drobe to her battle outfit.
20.
And she's holding this scythe, like that staff that she was holding
Ah,
became a
lovely.
scythe, just like that.
I'm also going to use my bonus action to summon my spiritual weapon.
Okay, you may do so.
I can do that too!
And it goes bloop.
Okay, is that it for you?
60 feet.
I would argue we can't put it there.
Why?
Because line of sight. It's just far enough inside on the column you might not be able to see.
yeah, it's even worse too.
No, that
That's
one she can see.
considerably better because
Yeah,
you
that
can see
she
in
can
front of
see.
space.
Okay.
That one.
And it's like one square of that's not on the fire carpet. So
It's a spiritual weapon anyway, so.
Okay. from where her spiritual weapon is towards the throne, that carpet's all on fire.
Arr.
Lovely.
Velix, it's your turn.
I just muted you. Go away.
Right.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20. $30. I'm gonna get behind the pillar for cover.
So,
Yes. I'm gonna use the pillar for some sort of cover.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast darkness. No,
Imprisoning me.
yes.
All I see.
Divine favor on my favors paleo.
Yay.
Okay, you've been favored by divine.
Yes.
I much appreciate that.
And then
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm going to cast aid. Oh wait, no, yet. Not yet.
Is
Never mind.
is
No.
one of these a bonus action?
One spell's a bonus action, one's an action, but I'm going to hold back on that. Nope, that's it.
Okay. So that's it for you?
Yes, I'm hiding behind the pillar right now.
And dressed.
I need. Let's see here. 5, 10, 15, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Okay, I'm going to move up. Oops.
Nope, you're just gonna fall down.
Yep. 5, 10,
Kill down.
15, 25 feet.
You're more dangerous to us than
Sure.
we are.
What happened to sword? Never mind. Fine. So I had sword close to that Xanathars out before we started.
They were on. I know they were on the table.
Yeah. He probably moved
Oh,
up.
hey there. Do you need them?
Yes. Because I think storm sorceress is in Xanathars. I don't remember.
I need
Very crappy number.
Remedy and the other guy,
Arndal.
Arndal, to make a wisdom save
What do I need to beat?
for 14.
Remedy makes it, and Arndal does not.
He is paralyzed.
A useful person.
Yeah.
Whole person.
Yep.
Is it? It's an AOE, or is it one person?
No, I upcasted it to be able to cast it on more than one person.
Oh, okay, so you use the higher slot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Andress steps forward and holds out her hand. Hold.
Hold on.
All right. Arndal is frozen in place, so you see him seize up. Remedy shakes it off.
And at the
Good try.
At the end of his turn, he can make a wisdom save
To break out.
to break out.
Okay.
That's
Remedy
concentration on
Remedy
wisdom.
smiles, shakes it off. Good try, dear.
What are you?
Dead. In a moment. Anyway.
Why, I'm a human. Just like you.
Spectre more like.
Oh, do I sense fiend, undead, or celestial from her?
You sense
Or evil?
celestial.
Oh, shite.
You do.
When you say that, I go, and I was like, she's divine in nature.
Delusional.
Not delusional.
She's the unmother from Inuyasha.
Oh.
Sorry.
That's the end of my turn.
He just did his pally senses and she's celestial.
Who?
Remedy.
Remedy.
Oh, that's fine.
9, it is your turn.
Alright, Remedy.
And
This.
Andrast held Arndal in place.
Do I sense evil from her, though?
Hold
We're good.
Anyway,
You don't
Okay.
sense
On
alignment,
Arndal.
you just
Okay.
sense
Not on
celestial.
Remedy.
Actually, you get a faint hint, like a LaCroix version of evil
Wow, that's
From
pretty
who?
watered down.
from Remedy.
Hint of a hint of.
Hint of
malicious
hint of
intent?
hint of hobo burp.
Me. And her.
Just do it.
There's no H in Deva.
Diva?
Davis.
Oh, like the one that.
Spoilers.
What is spoilers?
Just, we'll tell you on break. Whatever you were going to say, don't say it.
Okay.
And we'll tell you on break.
It's okay.
Let the people have their fun.
Oh,
Lickies.
okay.
Yes. I'm alive.
Fireball. To hit all three of them.
All 3 of them?
All three of them.
You just made Tim's day.
You're welcome, Tim.
As someone who has never had alcohol, is it? Wait, is it-
LaCroix's not alcohol,
It's
it's
not.
it's that fizzy water that tastes like hint of fruit.
That you used
Oh.
to drink all the time.
Hold on.
Yeah, well, I drank the variant, the pure, I can't remember what it's called, but it was the
reasons that would be
I
cucumber
need
one.
PHP super quick.
too much on
I
stream.
never got mine back.
Okay.
No worries.
I'm
I
sorry.
think it was like puree or something. Not puree, but it was pure. It was a different type of LaCroix. It was a thin cans. Remember that?
Yes.
I remember.
What were those things called?
If they're thin cans, is it even thinner flavor?
No, actually, that one's pretty good. It was like cucumber and blackberry something
I
like that.
have an idea. Let's can air from Minnesota during the Canadian fires and then sell it to China as like the LaCroix of air.
Okay, I'm casting Fireball, but I'm expending sorcery points to upcast it.
Oh, you're doing empowered fireball?
Great.
I'm upcasting Fireball.
And you're affecting all 3?
Yes,
Okay.
I am affecting all 3. So I need
So-
96.
So which
What? Huh?
I'm gonna take that one because I have that one.
Okay.
Thank you.
I also
3, 4, 5,
Dope, my
6,
beard.
7, 8, 9.
So you're using empowered spell?
No, that was a misspeak. I'm just expending sorcery
To
points to
create a
cast
spell
it.
slot?
To
Sorry.
cast it at a higher level.
Okay.
I can use my sorcery points to cast spells at a higher level.
You can do that without
Which
points, though.
Which meta magic is that?
It's not a meta magic.
No,
with
it's the
sorcery
using.
points.
It's the spell slot recovery feature.
You can.
She's making a spell slot out of points.
I understand that.
Okay. How many points
do
do
you
you?
think I'm reading because it says
Please don't give me
I may
this.
be doing something wrong.
Please don't be doing that for my campaign. Please don't.
I am using my meta magic as well, quicken spell, to make this a bonus action.
Oh goodness. So how many points are you spending right now?
4.
So-
4 of. Or no, hold on, just kidding.
Okay.
I might not be able to do both.
Yeah, because creating a spell slot at 3rd level is 5 points.
Yep. Is it 5 or 4?
It's 5 for 3rd level.
Spell to make a 3rd level spell. It's 5 points.
Okay, then never mind. I'm not upcasting it.
Okay.
Then I am not. I'm sorry. I had my math off. I'm not upcasting it, but I am using 2 points to quicken spell it.
Got it.
Bonus action fireball.
Bonus action fireball.
Ooh.
Yep.
You just quickly create fire in your hand.
Patrick, was it the Simply Balanced?
No.
32.
Oof.
It's relevant.
I'll look at the brand over break. Okay, so what's my DC?
A
17?
lot. 16.
16. Arndal does not make it. Remedy does.
I did not
Get a
cast
dex save with being paralyzed?
it. In the bubble?
At disadvantage.
Arndal didn't make it anyway. So how much damage?
32.
It does. If you're incapacitated, paralyzed, anything like that.
Okay,
it's a lot
you
less
see
than
your
paralyzed.
wave of
It's on
heat
fire.
hit Arndal and it pushes him back. You know, he screams out in pain slightly as the flames lick him. And then as that wave of energy hits Remedy, it's sort of you feel she can kind of draft a little bit.
Okay.
And then that fireball hits that sphere that contains Randall,
Yeah.
and you can see your flames sort of dance around the sphere.
Okay.
You see that energy of the sphere, it's a little more black, it's blackened where your fire was, but you feel like your fireball did nothing to that sphere.
Okay. That's fine. And then for my action, magic missile at Remedy's face.
Are you calling a shot?
Yes, with magic missile.
And use your nat 20 on it too.
Can I borrow some d4s? If someone has a gray d4, I lent it to someone for a spell and I haven't seen it since. I got it.
I'm missing it.
Krabby says bonus action fireball, normal action fireball.
I thought about it, Krabby. Ooh, that's crap damage. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
15 points
15 to the face. To
Okay.
Remedy's face.
And you see, how many missiles was it? 4?
That's fine. 5.
5. Okay, you see 5 of your darts that look like horses. Your horses of vengeance fly from your hands, and they all generally hit her in the face. And a couple hit her, and she's taking it. And then the next couple hit her, and you see her stepping back, and she looks at you. And you will pay for that.
Bring it.
Brittany, bitch. And speaking of bitch, it is Queen's turn.
And this is the fall of 9. She went down swinging. She did some damage. It's cool.
I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna take somebody with me.
Right?
Oh, yes.
You see Remedy move very quickly, like she's almost like Naruto running.
Gotcha.
With the claw.
Who's this? This is Idras?
Yep.
Oh, good. She's near me now.
That's Ambrose?
Yeah.
Well, I asked who was in front of me in that
I
line,
said
and you
her.
said,
Yeah,
oh, gotcha, sorry.
And you see, Andras, you see her coming at you, and she's got her scythe out, like she's going to run by you and try to clip you.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
We never did our little.
We can now.
Yes.
Will a 16 hit you, Andras?
Yes,
Okay.
unfortunately.
I mean, this would be the perfect time to do that.
Mm-hmm. Can I do it with my sword?
You take 10 points of slashing as that scythe just cuts right down your, the middle of your body, and then move her another 10 feet to behind you.
Like directly behind her?
Yep, right there.
Perfect.
So she runs by you, she slashes you, and she does sort of a twirly move, and this is expert combatant moves. You haven't really seen this. And she twirls out of her attack, and the first thing she does is she stares at 9. She lifts her hand, and you see a magic, like 2 magic darts leave her hand, and they come at you. She said, "I can do that too, but better."
I interpose.
You what?
Are you using a reaction to get in the way?
Yep.
Where are you?
Right next to her, 1 step ahead of her.
Okay. I want you to roll percentile, just to see how agile you are here. Well, roll. I'm sorry, don't roll percentile. Roll a dex check.
20. Take the 20.
You're gonna take the
I'm
20.
gonna take the
I
20.
give him the 20.
Now, keep in mind, magic missile is supposed to be unerring.
Yep. That's why I'm trying to do it this way.
Okay.
I am actually,
Gotcha.
if I can point this out, I'm going to treat it like in the movies where the hero jumps out and grabs just as the car
Okay.
brushes.
So she comes by. She gets Andras right in the chest with her scythe, twirls out of it, stays right behind Andras, and as she comes out of her twirl, she lifts her hand, mocks you for the missiles, and you see horse-shaped missile just like yours.
Oh, it's
Leave her
on.
hand, and they come at you, and they're about to hit you, and you see Xanthip quickly get in front of you, and one of them hits Xanthip, and the other one flies slightly over Xanthip and does hit you. Xanthip, you take 4 points. I'm sorry, 5 points of force,
Okay.
and 9 you take 2 points of force damage.
Thank you.
Whoops. I'm not changing that number.
And we can. You are directly in front of her already.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Somebody was nice enough to move me over.
And as the missiles leave her hands and she realizes that one hit you and one hit her, don't get in the way.
Too late.
And she twirls her scythe. You're gonna pay for it too.
Oh, she just threatened Xanthip after he tried to save me?
Xanthip's, you're up.
I'm up. I'm going to hold my I'm going to hold my action.
Okay.
For the moment, I see Velix go to take her out at the knees. Because as he does that, I'm going to charge at her and use my maul to take her out at the throat.
You guys have been planning this for
Yes.
like 5 battles.
We are just going to...
I don't. Why haven't you used this on something that wasn't the final enemy?
Because we keep forgetting
Okay.
to.
Also, it's the final boss, so you gotta do it like you gotta do superhero stuff.
Okay.
It says chivalry.
Just
is
don't be
dead.
upset if it doesn't do the thing you want it
That
to do.
sad sloth.
We're still going to try.
Go ahead.
It's a sad
it's-
potato.
If it's a good enough time, maybe
It's
it'll
a
work.
sloth potato.
So yeah.
Okay.
I'm-
You're gonna charge at her when Xanthip tries to block the lure,
Right, Seekazilla?
Right.
or when when Velix tries to.
When Velix goes to take her out, are you going to take the high road or the low road?
Low road.
You're going to take the low road? Yeah. He's going to go for the knees. I'm going to go for the throat.
Okay.
Or, chest or whatever.
Move Sid 35 feet, not getting in Remedy's way, but heading towards Arndal.
35?
Yep, but not going around.
Yep.
5, 10, 15,
Queen.
20, 25,
So Queen can't attack him.
25, 30, 35.
Yep.
There you go.
You see him running up with the short sword and no armor, and he's trying to go after
Yep.
Arndal. And he says, and you hear him as he's running, "You may be pretending to be my son, but you are not."
Wait, him?
Yes.
Oh, that's right, because he looks like
Arndal looks entirely different from Randall, except for the face. The facial structure looks the same.
Ah, gotcha.
Except
It's-
there's also no red
You didn't
symbol.
notice the name? Arndal,
Arndal.
Randall?
Yeah, no.
Now, let me just clarify, I didn't do that
On purpose?
on purpose. In the actual game lore, his name is Lednar, which is Randall exactly backwards, and that sounds stupid as hell. So I tried to make it slightly better, but also not get too far away.
Yeah.
So I didn't name a villain the reverse of somebody's name on purpose. That's just the way it is in the game. All he can do is try to break out of his hold.
Okay.
And what do I need to beat? Wisdom save for an old person?
14.
Okay. You see him struggling, and that sort of determination breaks through. And you see him come back to, and he looks at you and quietly nods, shakes his head no. Brings out his short sword, and I know it's the end of his turn. So he brings out his stark white short sword, flips it around, holds it frontwards, and aims it at Sid. Like he's reaching forward and aiming it at Sid.
You got this, Sid.
Babis, move him up 30 feet. I need a PHB very quickly.
You have all the PHBs.
I do.
The knowledge is there. It is the Library of Alexandria D&D.
Oh,
Not quite.
not quite. It used to be.
Somewhat close.
Used to be.
Used to be.
Right.
A lot of my books have found legs.
Oh.
Which ones?
Oh, before I was up here.
Oh, gotcha.
When I lived in Hinkley, I had all of the 2.0 books, all of the 3.0 books, all of the 3.5 books, all of the 4.0 books.
I never touched 4. I heard it was horrible.
I shouldn't say all the 3.5 books. I had all the 3.5 core books and
Okay.
6 of the essential books. Essential Wizard, Essential Fighter, Essential...
Remedy is within 90 feet of Babis, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. You guys, the three of you behind the battle, so Nine, Xanthip, and Allure, you can see Babis chanting as he's walking and creating an orb in his hands. And he lets the orb fly, and it gently wafts towards Remedy.
Oh, where's my Sphere of Annihilation when I need it?
And
Your soul is mine.
you see the orb hit Remedy, but it hits her on the side, and you see this sort of conglomeration of colors come out of the orb.
Prismatic Sphere.
Chromatic orb.
Chromatic orb. Chromatic orb, yeah. But you realize his spellcast was more than likely ineffective.
You sure they didn't?
And he sighs on it. I'm trying at least.
Okay. I can't hear him because I'm over. Well, I could hear it. Hey,
Thank you, Sikazilla, for the cheers.
all the tears.
Allure, it is. Oh, Allure just walked away. So,
Put that George Washington's in my pocket.
Allure, it is turn to you. Turn.
Your turn.
Three, 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 three.
Okay.
Privy. In unison. 1, 2, 3.
In
Your turn.
unison.
What are we looking for?
Just looking for the top of my
Mother
card.
Freddy Krueger this.
So I was going to get $100 because he hasn't done yet. And they close in 15 minutes.
He's not gonna make it.
Where?
Well, he was gonna go Star Wars. I thought that he
I
was
thought he
gone
was
like
going-
a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Me too.
Who?
Alex.
We were sitting here waiting for him to get back, not realizing he didn't leave.
So you can go to the caribou.
I didn't even know. Oh, that's right. I was gonna say I didn't know we had a Starbucks, and I was like, wait a minute. Sorry.
Are you?
Yeah.
What?
We are currently waiting for Allure to get back.
Just skip her. Keep going.
Okay.
Tickles.
Velox,
Well, we can come back to her and.
well, I'll hold her turn in the initiative. She can take her turn when she gets back.
Hang on, I'll make it easy.
I need 78.
So what are you doing?
8.
8.
One of my
3. Or wait, you have to.
Thank you.
one of my dice
There you
is
go.
missing.
I'm casting your favorite spell at level 2.
Sleep.
Tim says he'll NPC you. I approve.
Someone
Yes.
has one of my D6s because I have 3. No,
Yeah, it's probably in that pile that you guys
Haven't gone
sent
through yet.
towards me.
that one.
8. Yes.
Pretty sure
Or
that
6,
one's
7.
mine.
Yeah, 7. Not,
I think that one's mine.
not 8. So who were that?
Oh, D8. Ooh. So this is
And
6.
those tortillas.
Ooh!
Wait,
Nice.
you said D6 or D8s?
D8.
D8s.
Ooh, what is she doing?
Sweet.
Oh,
At second level?
Second level.
She rolled well.
Yes, I did. Alright, so that's 5, 10,
Ooh.
15. Oh, good lordy.
May have wanted to wait next turn.
So, 10,
I'll be impressed.
19,
Who's in take?
19,
Oh shoot.
29.
What?
Man,
Oh, never mind. I couldn't. Okay.
35.
you lay out this enormous version of sleep. Now, is it just a single target or is it sort of a circular?
It is a circular motion.
Okay.
Him?
How big of an area?
20
is it?
foot.
And who are you attacking with it? Where are you putting this 20 foot of sleep?
Him! Because I don't like his sword.
Okay. And you only did how much now? 28?
35.
35? Yeah. Unfortunately, he's got a bit more health than that.
Seriously, even with being attacked 4 times already?
Arndal hasn't. Remedy
Arnold
has.
hasn't been attacked.
He got hit by 2 fireballs.
And
Oh,
he,
that's true.
yeah.
Yeah, but still, that's
He still has more than
not-
35 health.
Yeah, that's
Do me one small
to be
favor.
expected.
Me?
Yeah. Make use of that spiritual weapon too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna roll a quick dex save for Arndal because he's standing on flaming carpet. Okay. Yeah, he can you move Arndal 5 feet to the left? You can move your spiritual weapon to him. Off the carpet.
That'll be 10.
His left.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my left.
Your right, his left.
Okay. He moved off the carpet since it was on fire.
Yes. And my spiritual weapon's gonna try and smuck him.
Okay, go ahead and try to smoke him.
That's a 19 on the die.
That's a hit.
And I don't add anything to that.
Yes, you do. You have your spellcasting modifier.
9 points of force damage.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Too bad that force law doesn't exist.
Yes, I know.
Judge point.
Right?
Also, that would mean she would have cast lightning bolt and would have got it.
I am done, by the way.
Okay. Velix.
Okay. Now I can go back
Okie
to
dokie.
my
As
search.
he so implied, I'm going to do a normal attack and then use Shield Master to knock her off balance.
Okay, can you describe Shield Master for me?
Bonus action, shove target 5 feet, aka, huh?
Or knock prone.
Or knock prone.
That's okay. Okay, go ahead and attempt to do the thing you want to attempt to do.
I'm going to move here.
Okay.
Oh,
So
this
it's
will
not,
be fun.
yeah.
You're giving Tim an aneurysm, Joe, by the way.
That's why I stopped.
Okay.
Alright, we're going to charge up.
You're gonna
A-
attack first and then go for the knockdown?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh boy. 16.
Well, if it didn't work on him, it would work on the queen.
So are we just texting?
I'm gonna text it, yes.
Your
Let me know which-
Mm-hmm.
attack
Let me know
bounces
which
off of her armor. You hit her right in the plates of her armor.
Okay, second attack.
For your shield?
No, if I have to hit with it.
Okay.
So, oops, sorry.
Well,
Trauma point.
Most people don't.
you're giving yours up.
I'm giving a trauma point to you.
Because I rolled a 1.
Sparkling, push back to you, please.
For this particular fight, and only this, what's happening tonight, if you guys want to combine your remnant judge points to create a drama point, you can. You
Okay.
need 5 of them to do so.
I got nothing.
Oh,
I got 4.
Because your judge points will no longer be effective after tonight.
Oh boy. That's not gonna hit. What?
thank you,
Oh,
Krabby Patty.
yes.
I gave you 20. A natural
20.
20. Okay, well, natural 20 hits.
Yay! Okay, so.
Queen Remedy's never going to stand a chance with chat.
They
Krabby,
can
you're
only do it
a
once
sexy
every
beast.
15
Just
minutes.
saying.
So, while I'm doing this, I'm also expending, because I can now declare this,
Ice, come on, ice.
a Thunderous Smite, and
Hey, Moondog.
Hey, Moondog.
Hello, Moondog. Welcome.
3. Screw it. Let's just do 3 charges of Divine
Does
Smite.
Moondog know? Or Moondog, was he? No, never mind.
What?
Never mind. I'm not awake.
You seem to be awake.
Wait, can you do multiple charges
Not
as a fight
yet.
smite?
Okay. I wasn't.
What?
that's why I was-
Yes.
Huh?
Wait, what?
You can do multiple charges of divine smite.
Huh? You can expend as many spell slots as you so need to, up
Oh,
to
not charges, spell slots.
spell slots. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Both of us just like peed a little.
You peed a little? Well, don't.
Like Oriana
You might wanna
could
clean
have
that
done
up.
4 charges of divine smite
No.
and done like an extra
No.
like 20 d8.
No.
So you're doing it as a 4th level
No. We had some announcements in the beginning, Moondog, but we'll recap them. I like literally woke up 2 minutes before we started streaming.
Alright. And now it's done. Because now he's here.
And then I'm also going to declare to use my reaching scimitar's bonus damage on it. So that's 3 more damage on top of that.
You now have a new icon next to your name, Moondog.
Because you're a VIP.
You
Thank
are.
you for supporting us.
Yes. And I'm going to use the charge of the orb.
Okay, do all this damage you want to do.
While that's happening, I'm doing my attack.
Okay.
I'm adding trip attack to it.
Woo! It's good, Moondog. All good things.
Okay.
Why do you have mixed D8s and 6s?
I kind of like how that because
Thunderous Snake.
Oh,
I like that too.
that's really pretty. What's that for doing?
This is like 9 colors.
I like that a lot.
So that was an at 20, so it's a crit instantly, right?
Yeah.
So everything. What's all considered a crit on that? If I'm doing.
Everything.
Any die that you roll.
So it's gonna be over 100 points of damage.
Yes.
Yep.
16, 24.
Wait, what did I just do?
I hate to say this. I'm going to have to use a calculator.
Let me help.
What did I just do?
Let me help. Are those all the dices that you're rolling?
Yes.
Alright, so 8
40.
times 5 is 40 plus 12 is 52.
Yes.
62 is the 8 and the 2.
Mm-hmm.
72. 62. 72, that was a 2.
Mm-hmm.
72 plus 7 is 79 points of damage.
I'm not done yet. I
And
still
that's what
have
I said. It's gonna be over 100. by the
Yeah,
time
I
it's
still
done.
have to roll for damage on my reaching scimitar, which
is another 87 plus 6 is
93.
3.
And then I do half of that with cold damage with the orb.
Total damage?
Yes.
So, like 140 damage.
Yes.
Well, this was
93 divided by 2 is
It
46. So that's 139 damage.
I said 140, so.
Yeah.
well, Vistra's or Oriana's record was just blown out of the water.
That's awesome.
But I expended every single thing that I had.
Don't be salty.
That was
You're,
when.
oh my gosh, get over it.
Okay.
So
He's also level 6. Vistra or Oriana's level 6.
19.
I need to be a freaking champion fighter, but I'm not. So that is a 19 on a die
What
to
did we just lose? Your computer just blacked out.
19 on a die to hit.
Uh-oh.
Are we down? Hello, are we still alive?
For the moment.
Okay.
It's
Yours is buffered,
Mine's not thus far.
but that's still up. So
hello, anyone? Say
There's a
something.
split.
Which is
Okay.
No, still up. Okay.
19 plus 6 is plus 7 is 26 to hit.
Okay. All right. Well.
2d6 plus 1d8.
And I also did Thunder Smite, so she has to do a strength check.
It doesn't matter.
Oh. Did I just one-shot her?
Well, sort of. What you did was, I'll explain.
Bahamut! Give me strength!
Yep, you guys pull off this.
We're down.
we're down.
Moondog. Well, Moondog says we're down, but I'm still showing up.
Yeah.
On.
Yeah, I think we're still on.
Everything's going on my screen. It's just my display.
Yeah.
So if anything happens, guys, we'll adjust it. But we should be heading to break here in just a minute.
Yes,
so
we
I can
are.
Look at it.
So let me explain the next thing that's going to happen. This glorious.
Oh no, we're down. They said they can't. I just can't see or hear us at all.
I shall reboot.
chat's still going, but we are.
Visually SOL.
Mine's still going.
Okay.
Huh?
Testing, 1, 2.
Alright,
Okay, I'm really confused.
Some people are saying they're down, some people are up.
alright. Anyway, finish what you were saying
Well,
because
that's okay.
everything. It must have been a blip on their side.
Quick DM TPK. Alright, I'll TPK while nobody's watching. The stream's back, everyone's dead.
So I did 14
You did,
points
like-
of damage plus another 8 points of damage.
10 times less than the Paladin of Bahamut did.
Significantly.
So, let me
I've been waiting to do this.
stay over here for a moment. So,
8, so 18 plus 4 is
you guys do
22.
this.
I did 22 damage.
Yes.
Good job. Good job, Joe. This massive strike that Bahamut infused from Velix, and you see this shockwave of energy erupt from Remedy. In fact, even though you just did that great strike, I need you and Andras to just make a dex save.
Me?
You, and Andras to make a dex save.
I did not make the dex save.
So I probably didn't
14,
do it.
17.
Less than 10?
I'm good.
5? Okay. You are knocked over as this blast of energy. I mean, you did your strike, and as you strike, you hit the ground on your touche.
Yep.
But the two of you still stand. I mean, this pulsating energy, and you hear her scream, out like bloody murder. She just did not expect that. Then she falls over to the side, and she's on her back.
Oh wait, never mind. You're right. Oh, you're right.
Okay. And what you see is her form is more or less scintillating.
That's not normal.
This vision of a human being starts to fade slightly, and you see some as it's becoming weird. You see sort of a kind of an aqueous blue. It's really hard to describe. It doesn't look like a human person. But as her eyes shut, she screams out, and she's coughing. She's in lots of pain. She screams out for Randall.
Okay.
She's lying on the floor, and you guys see, for the first time since you've been here, Randall's eyes light up, and she's, Randall, help!
Oh, good gosh.
And
Quit breathing my oxygen.
Randall cries out, and he's like, Mom! And you realize, especially Andras, as you think about it, he's sort of reliving the night his mom died, and she's playing on that.
She's not your mom!
That sphere breaks as Randall sort of comes back to life with the thing on his head. And he's sobbing. He starts running down. So put him at the steps.
And
he starts running down, and he's like, "Please don't go." And you see a sort of pulsating effect over Remedy. Now, does anybody remember what one of the pillars said in the last place you were?
Yes. Hold on.
One was a sentence and one was just a word.
Desire, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Desire, and then something about.
And what did
Reality.
Remedy say when she spoke to you directly last time?
As long as this world is wanted.
Yeah.
I think
Or
maybe the
needed.
pieces are... Okay.
Yeah, I don't.
Randall screams out, "Don't go!" because he's seeing the flashback of his mother dying in real life. And you see the body of Remedy start to float up, and the human form is totally gone. This time, you see fully this bluish purple aqueous form. Looks like floating water. And I know this is kind of a shitty picture, but this is what she looks like now.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah,
The siren.
kind of.
We hit her enrage timer.
And she says, "Desire is what fuels me." And she raises her hands, and 3 hulking figures appear at various points in the map. They start out as black masses. Where are my bear friends?
Yes.
Okay.
Are they in there?
I don't believe
Oh, wait, here they are.
They should be over
Okay,
there.
never mind.
You guys see 3 black shapes start to take form, and as you realize when they start to take form, they all 3 look familiar.
Thomas! Right?
Yes!
Yep.
They are the shapes of Adremelech, Famfrit, and Nadius.
Rod.
The dragon guy's not here though.
There's no no, because 2 of the chambers had no guardians. These are the 3 that you've already fought.
Gotcha.
And we'll go to break. We'll come back in half an hour to see how they handle this.
So I have no spell slots left.
The correct button this time?
Yes.
Okay.
I got it right this time. I
Okay.
know what I'm doing. Yay.
Welcome back. Thank you for rejoining us. We're back from break on the finale of Wanderers. To make it short and sweet, the group traveled through the dunes into the valley, into Ambervale, where they met Sid. Shortly after that, they met Risa, who let them pass. And then they entered the palace, where they found Babas lying on the steps, who had been defeated by the Queen's avatar, Arndal. They got into the palace, engaged Remedy and Arndal, and the paladin to Bahamut destroyed Queen Remedy with 150 points of damage, or 139. But instead of destroying her outright, what he did was convert her into her true form. Which I would allow you guys to investigate, but none of you will know what she is.
Is she still celestial? Like,
Yes, you feel celestial from her.
okay. I told everyone that earlier. Like, oh,
Yeah.
she's.
So you guys know she's some She's some form of celestial. And here we are now at the last moment before she came back to spring back to phase 2. She summoned what appears to be the 3 totema that you guys dispatched within the last few months. Adremelech is the standing bear.
Okay.
Madius is the beetle.
Okay.
And Famfrit is the other bear.
Okay.
Let me write that for my own notes because I will probably ask that again.
Should we treat this like we do the crystal fights?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I'll turn to you and state that either you need to talk some sense into him, or I'm gonna go just end him.
Does anyone speak Celestial?
I speak.
Not me.
Wow, that was.
Sorry.
What do I speak?
Nope. Yes.
I speak Infernal and
Do you
Primordial.
really?
Yes.
Cool.
I am the walking Rosetta Stone, remember?
In Celestial, and to the rest of the party, you hear that kind of sparkly, more elvish than elvish voice. To the 2 who understand Celestial, she says, "You will die."
Not likely.
Not today.
Did you respond in Celestial?
Yes.
I am still wanted, so I still exist.
Doesn't mean we're gonna die.
I retract
So-
what I just said a minute ago. I'm going to just kill Randall.
You don't understand Celestial.
Huh? No, not the whole you will die thing. It's just the fact that like I'm just gonna end up killing.
And so what we're gonna do, because this is sort of a new combat, we're gonna reroll initiative.
Oh. Woo! Darn
With
it.
advantage?
No.
I wish.
Hey, why is
It's not
my
bad.
Twitch not updating?
Because it does that.
I closed out everything, so there we go.
Your TV's new service.
Lure.
Yes, it is.
15.
Velox.
17.
Oh, that's why it confused me.
Andarast.
13.
9.
It's Sinnel's pay. Sorry, I was fixing your pay.
Did you hit the right button?
No, it turned off 2 of the cameras in the audio
Okay.
when I switched the overlay. But we're
Okay.
whatever.
Alright, wouldn't be Dragons in Dining Room that second. Okay.
More technical difficulties.
What's up?
Memory's supposed to.
You see one of his claws, he attacked with 2 claws, and one sinks into Sid's shoulder, and you hear Sid give out a pained groan. It's like he hasn't actually taken damage at all since his time here.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
You're alive.
And then Dermot tries to also bite him. And that is a bite.
Did he happen to, or did Broski happen to stand up during this?
Nope. Not yet.
Nope.
Who's Broski?
Me. I got
Oh,
knocked
no.
prone.
Yep, you need to stand up on your turn. The bite takes another chunk out of Sid.
You can do it.
And then now it is Remedy's turn. I need to...
Sorry, what?
It's okay. Give me 1 sec.
Okay.
Fine.
Junior's in the sips.
You guys can see Remedy this time. Do you recall when you fought the image of Randall, the image that looks like Randall, who had the color wheel?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You see the same sort of wheel in Remedy's hands.
Lovely.
Please. God, no. I cast level 5 death on the entire field. Oh, it's also level 3 death, and level 4 death, and level 2 death.
Death isn't the end.
Death is not the end. Everybody, please make a dex save. As this color wheel lands on yellow.
Yeah, nope.
Anybody get under a 14?
Yep.
Not
No,
me.
yeah.
Okay. So this side of the table is over, this side of the table is under.
Yes.
Okay. If you beat it, so Allure and Xanthip and Velix, you take 5 points of fire damage.
Ow.
9, and Andras, you take 10 points of fire damage.
I'm resistant to fire damage.
Okay, so you take 5.
Yay! I'm still there.
Then Remedy is no longer standing on the ground. She is floating 5 feet in the air, and she's floating effortlessly. She's not like pulsating up and down. She's just in the air. And you see her feet kind of almost like that, like on the cross pose. The feet are just dangling.
She's being suspended by invisible wires.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, it's wire food.
Are you puppet?
She raises her hand. Who's nearest to her?
Velix.
Velix.
Yep.
She raises her hand to Velix.
Velix and I are the same distance from her.
Okay. She'd be madder at you because you got in the way of attacking 9.
Yep.
So she raises her hand and she points at your direction, and you see a black orb, this time in her other hand.
Mm-hmm.
If that was cocked and you're lucky it was. Never mind, you're still kind of okay. Does a 20 hit you? Yes. Okay.
Not on Saturdays.
Not on Saturdays? Damn it. You take 8 points of necrotic damage as this black orb lashes a tendril at you, at your face.
Are we getting shawarma after this?
Please.
Okay.
I like that idea.
What?
We're getting
Velix.
shawarma after this.
Okay.
Is it?
Iron Man reference.
Yep.
It's your turn, Velix.
Oh, hey. I'm gonna completely ignore her. 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. Oh, I can go up and smack.
That carpet is on fire.
Good for me. Thank you for reminding me.
Still?
5, 10.
Yeah.
It's only been a couple rounds.
Oh, duh.
We're gonna step up to Wonder Twin Boy.
Arndal.
Yep.
He stares at you unflinchingly.
You see me.
Swinging for a 22.
That's a hit.
Good. Eat it. That is. Ooh, nice. 14 points of divine damage.
Okay.
And then. Swinging again
Okay.
for a 23.
That's also a hit.
Time to do that. But,
It's fun.
Ooh,
Jeez, you're rolling good.
I am tonight. The 13
Okay.
points of divine damage.
Yep, you send out Bahamut's infused with you now, and you feel powerful as you take 2 strikes out of him, and you can see this black sort of ooze coming out of him as you strike him.
I also wish to use my Shieldmaster ability to and try to knock him on his butt.
What do I need to be?
Strength check.
into the fire.
Check.
I
Into the
succeed.
fire.
I
Hopefully.
guarantee I succeed.
15.
Strength of, yes, he's got a strength of 18.
What much? That's it. That's all I can do.
Okay, you see Sid, I mean, he's taken some damage, but he knows how to fight. He brings his magic blade question mark.
Yep. Or no.
No, your
He's got
magic
the
blade.
Marinthians.
Yeah, they're the same weapon.
Mine has no question mark.
And he tries to jab at Adremalek. And he says, out of my way. Ooh, that's a hit. For 9 points of damage, and she likes horses.
That don't exist anymore.
Well, hers does.
Mm.
And then
We don't know this anymore because they're outside.
they're outside. Well, it's outside. Sid comes around for a second swing.
Does the outside actually exist?
Oh, crap. I forgot. Bad deal. I forgot one major thing that actually happened as well. So I'm going to go back just a little bit. It's not affecting what's happening here, but it's just visually speaking. When that last burst of energy came out of what you now see as Remedy, all of the walls of the palace broke away.
Oh!
So where you're standing still exists.
Hi, Aaron!
Hi, Aaron. What? Thank you for joining
What's
us. Everything you're standing in still exists, and there's still partial walls. But out beyond you, it's just like what you saw on your way, except everything is close this time. You can see a white-blue aura in all directions, and you see parts of the castle and parts of the mountains just floating around in all 360 degrees. It feels like it has come in drastically. Like when she did this, she expended a lot of the energy left. So.
Okay, upon saying that,
Yes.
I would say, because it was that happened, and then she said in Celestial, you're gonna die, right?
Yes.
Then if I could,
Yes.
Andras would say, you're destroying your world with every second you fight against us.
It can be rebuilt, she says in the Celestial.
How did he get Shambox now?
I don't know, but I totally approve.
I do too.
So what is he doing? Like
Just
he's
cheering.
doing a doggy and
He's cheered for us a ton.
Pennies at a time, the one slices. Because you can set the slices.
Oh, it's special cheers.
Yeah.
Cool.
So Sid strikes at a Dremelic twice, and you see him land both times. And then he actually rolls out of a Dremlic's reach. So put him 5 feet towards me diagonally.
Yep.
And then move him up to Arndal.
10, 15, 20.
And he's going to walk over,
25.
right there. Well,
that's
yeah,
not
that's
Arundel. That's Randall.
that's Randall.
He's going to Arundel.
Right, but
Right
you
there.
can flank that way.
Okay.
Yes, that's fine. I'll approve that. And yeah, he stomps out a little bit of the fire as he goes. The carpet is starting to degrade. Which brings it to Arndal's turn. And despite the fact that Velix was in his face, he looks back at Sid with this extra sort of passionate hate. And you see him take his white short sword and slam it into the ground, kind of like what he did to finalize the last combat. Let's make a dex save.
I'll use my reaction
2.
to try to avoid damage at all costs.
Okay.
Ooh, that is a 21.
Okay. You were not knocked back or pushed back, but you still take half the damage.
No, I take none.
Okay, you take none of the damage.
Well, hold on.
Shield Master, you.
Is for AoE. You take 0 for AoE.
Well, it's AoE. He goes.
Yeah, it's AoE.
You scared? I was like, wait a minute.
The only thing I need was trying to clarify.
Unfortunately, Sid does get knocked away 5 feet towards me. Yep. And
Is he prone?
yes, he is knocked over. And he takes...
Stick it out now.
8 points of slashing and 4 points of thunder.
How
And-
worse for where is he looking?
He's looking pretty bad.
Mm.
He's not used to actually taking damage. Or yeah. Xanthe,
I am going to stand up.
stand up.
I am then going to make my way over to the floating woman.
Okay.
I assume there.
What is that?
Just, he said it smells like rain, and
Oh,
give a
thunderstorm warning.
Awesome thunderstorms. Thanks. This day gets better.
I'm going to
Yay!
I'm going to grab her by the leg, and I'm going to walk her across the room like a kite.
Grapple check to grab her by the leg. And she'll say to you, "What do you think you're doing, child?"
Oh, good child.
It's still going to be at least an hour before it
15.
I rolled a 1.
Wow.
Okay.
You grappled the and you grab her. You almost can't grab anything. You put your hand where her leg is, and it feels ethereal.
Mm-hmm.
but you managed to get a hold
There
of
is some
something.
substance in there somewhere.
Yeah, it's a lot thinner than you thought it would be.
Grab the thunder thigh. She's got thunder thighs.
And I'm going to start walking toward Randall. With her in tow.
Okay, go ahead.
Tell me.
I don't want to get 2 squares.
Okay.
She's still above you. You can't. You seemed like a magnetic force. You can't seem to bring her down.
Right.
How far above is she?
Just 5 feet. She's floating just slightly.
Okay.
Xantha, you're moving that way? You're not going straight towards Randall, you're moving over?
I have to so that I don't bounce her off the column.
Okay.
Because angle.
And she spoke to you in common,
Mm-hmm.
and then she'll yell out in Celestial, to those who understand Celestial, "Let go of me."
Oh, I want to make her uncomfortable.
There you stick your hand up her skirt.
No, I got her by the calf, right by the knee. You should really shave these. The hair is getting super stubbly.
You said to an aqueous Celestial being who has
Yes.
no body hair.
Yes.
Okay.
You're awful.
Allure, it's your turn.
Oh boy.
Alright, I just got this super awesome mega boss. Don't worry, she's my plaything.
Oh, I suppose I got a second attack. So as I have her, I'm gonna smack her.
Roll that.
18.
Okay. Because you have her grappled, I will allow you to hit her.
Okay.
Tacos.
Welcome back, Crabby.
Welcome back, Krabby. Enjoy your tacos.
Tacos!
Also, welcome back, Moondog. I don't know if I said that or not.
Moondog and Patty are back. That is good.
Okay, do we have a picture of the tacos?
They can't show us pictures.
Nope.
Maybe on Twitter, but
18 points of damage,
Or ends.
3 of that being radiant.
okay. You feel like your blade. You're attacking with your blade.
No, my maul.
Your maul. You almost pass through.
Or no, I can't attack with my maul, so it would be the Marquise edge, so
Okay.
that would be 6, 9, 13 points through radiant.
Why are you doing through radiant?
Because of me. Divine Faithful Boy.
Okay. You almost feel like your blade passes straight through,
Mm.
but when you pass through, you realize your divine favor leaves a white streak that seems to do most of the effect.
Thank you, anonymous cheerer.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Is that a ghost?
Yes.
That is a specter.
That's cute.
Okay.
Trying to peek at the
Allure, it is your turn still.
Okay. What do you call a ghost of a potato? Spectator.
We heard Alex.
That was awesome.
I think that was the best part of it was
Just Alex.
Just,
Okay.
just in the other room.
Flanking now with my spiritual weapon. It's gonna swing. Thankfully, an advantage. That's better.
Krabby, you miss Xantha making a water lady very uncomfortable by commenting on her non-existent stubble on her legs.
She's got hairy legs she needs to shave. It's not no shave November.
Maybe the seawater can help with that.
Yikes.
20 to hit.
A 20 will hit. Who are you attacking?
I need to roll
My
the hit.
spiritual weapon is flanking what's his face
Oh.
with the purple sword.
Arndal.
Yes.
With the white sword.
You can try.
Yay. For 12 points of force damage.
Your computer
Okay.
just died again.
It goes pop.
Would you like to use my laptop?
Is it plugged
It
in?
shouldn't.
Yeah, it's plugged
Yeah,
in.
everything's plugged in. It shouldn't be doing that.
Is something overpowering it like it was before? Is it
No,
making you
it's
guys
been doing this just fine for the past 3 months.
Are we still on?
Yeah, we're still on.
Okay.
And then I can see where Xantha is going.
Yeah,
You kind of get the idea what he's doing.
Okay.
you could just call out Lost.
Well, yeah. I'm going to hold my action. As soon
I just gotta figure out what's
as
causing
those
it to
3 are
pick
together,
up. It's infrequent.
I am letting out a fireball
It shouldn't sleep.
Okay.
targeted to graze
So I can play with League of Legends.
that
And
area.
I'm not touching my
Just
keyboard.
with
Just put
it,
in
so
sleep.
it hits whoever is just on that edge.
Okay.
of a fireball to try and not hit my
Just
friends.
tonight, really.
Okay.
Tonight it's done.
But yes, that is going to be my bonus
Since we
action, my
started
action.
streaming, this was
then-
time before. Tonight it's just been stupid,
25.
which is why I wanted to pick up that workstation off of $300
10 feet.
microwave.
Okay.
Okay.
Then that'll be it.
9, it's your turn.
Okay.
That's
The only thing I'd have to do is put
What
save
state?
a solid state in there. Because once I have a solid state in there, everything will run faster and I can use the other hard drive.
I
Storage.
am. Let's see. That's just Randall.
The one that's furthest back is Randall. The one that's closer up is Arnold.
Is Sid alive or dead?
Just prone.
Sid's prone.
Oh, okay. Expending 2 sorcery points, Randall needs to make a dex save and beat a 16 as I'm lightning bolting him. As a bonus action.
Is anybody in his way? Are you hitting anybody else?
Spiritual weapon and Randall.
Okay.
Does it affect anybody within the 5 foot mark
It does not.
outside of? That is a good thing.
Can it chain off to people? Like,
No, that's a 6th level spell.
Oh, I wish.
So Randall failed.
Awesome.
How many do you need?
I need 5 more d6.
1, 2.
I'm missing it. Oh, no, there we go.
2, 4, 6, 7, 8.
Ooh, I'm in done.
Yeah, I cheated though.
Ooh.
Huh?
I cheated. The stream itself has a number 1 spot because I was testing some stuff up. So you're
Just-
technically 1 higher.
Just do that just to piss him off.
33 points of damage.
Okay.
And then as my action, I'm lightning bolting him again.
Go ahead. I saved this time.
Okay. 10, 15, 20.
20 damage?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Your first one knocks him back 5 feet as he falls over. Your second one hits him, but he's still alive. And he cries out, "What are you doing?"
It's your fault. We're here.
Let go of your mom. She's dead.
Ouch.
9 has changed since she's been here.
Yes.
You lost someone. I lost everyone and was tortured for things beyond my fault. If I had to suck it up, so do you. You don't get to wreck everyone else's lives because you had a temper tantrum. Also, my horses are gone. Bugger off.
Now, give a perception, just you.
Just me?
Yeah, since you're, like, talking to him.
18.
You see as you're talking to him, that symbol on his head glows like a white. It looks like white hot.
Okay.
And then it fades back to what it was.
I mean, 9, when Xanthip clipped her out of the way, and then Remedy attacked Xanthip, you watch that same shift go over 9. There is no reasoning with her at the moment.
9 is Berserker.
Nope. I love what Moondog just said.
She's being
She's
mom
gone,
now.
Mom. Now I'm going to my room.
Okay.
It takes a lot to really tick me off, but when I get there, it's scary. Right, honey?
What? Huh?
So Mattias the Beetle. She is going to let out that horrible necrotic fog that she did last time. And it's going to try to hit Andrast, 9, and Xanthip.
Would it also hit?
No, because she is floating.
Oh.
Dex save?
At 5 feet off the ground, it
Yes.
will hit.
It will not hit her. It's a
There's
fog.
no reasoning with her.
There is no save for this.
Okay. I don't like the cotton yarns that are the multicolor that switch fast. They're thinner. They stay the
Andrast,
same size and they're not.
Xanthip, and 9, you take 12 points of necrotic.
Ooh.
We just got another D20.
Ooh.
Sweet.
Woohoo!
Hope I don't get to use it.
12?
Yeah, 12 points of necrotic.
D20. Is it Andras' turn yet?
Almost. Mattias will then scoot up to
Critical spirit
Andras
Yep.
and claw attack. Please put
Where's
Mattias
the
up to Andras.
She's sniffing your butt. Hey, girl.
I choose not to use the 20 because I would have gotten it. But that will still most likely hit.
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
Does a 18 hit you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Most
You
definitely.
will take 7 points of slash.
Oof,
How you feeling, girl?
not
My
good.
fingers.
It is your turn now, Andras.
Not good at all.
Oh boy. You kind of far away from me.
Like
Oh, your screen came back.
a certain party member's
stream?
name.
Yes, it did.
Oh.
Thank you for pointing that out.
How do you feel?
9.
So it's my turn.
You speak German?
Yes. And if you take there is a 20 on the table, so.
Oh, hell yeah, I'm taking that. And it's going to be to cast my second favorite spell.
It's the way you
Now
work.
the question is do I want to cast it at Remedy or no?
I don't know. It's go with your gut.
After Andras gets bitten, or it was a claw attack.
You were clawed by Mattias.
There's like
And as a reminder, Mattias is a female with like black plate and helmet.
like it's obvious she's really hurting right now. Like really, really, really hurting.
Okay.
There's not much dignity left in her.
You're not sufficiently diggity.
No. And there's tears in her eyes as she raises her hand and sends a guiding bolt towards Randall at 3rd level.
Okay.
With a nat 20.
With a
Natural
nat 20.
Yep.
Oh.
I had forgotten to put the redemption thing on your overlay, so it never showed
Can
up.
I get
Oh,
one more
okay.
d6?
This one's rolling really good.
So now people will see it when we do it.
I promise.
He is watching you as you do this.
And as she does it, she does say, I'm sorry.
And you can see that symbol on his head flashes white as you become emotive with him, just like she did. And it goes back to red. Like his eyes change while it's white, and then it goes back to.
He probably has no idea anybody's talking to him.
Nice.
Jeez.
That was
Nice.
very
I'm
well.
gonna kill my friend.
Yep.
You
So,
know, sometimes it's necessary.
That's on stream.
I need a safe place.
I think we all do now.
Do you feel safe at home?
Right now, I'm not sure. So,
Can I use
that's
your tub?
Can I use your tab?
36,
I don't want to.
40, 50, 55, 61 points of radiant damage.
Yes, my wife can be very scary. Though I do have one thing going for me. I'm scarier.
No, honey, you're not.
Okay.
Chat vote.
To people who don't know you guys, though,
Okay, fair. Ah, my leg is asleep. Almost my leg.
here, stretch it out, stretch it out,
I
stretch it out.
can't.
Yes, tickle her feet. I'm not.
I'm waiting for this to resolve.
Yeah.
No, continue. We're good.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Well. Okay. You send a horribly powerful guiding bolt to your friend, and he Yeah, so it knocks him back. It picks him off the ground and knocks him back another 5 feet into the throne. And
That's thematic.
his eyes are closed.
Good visuals.
Mm-hmm.
The mark on his head fades away, and he's no longer breathing. And you can hear. To those of you who don't speak Celestial, it just sounds like loud noise. To those of you who do speak Celestial, it's just... How do I say this? She's screaming in Celestial.
I love you and you can be scary.
So those of you who don't speak Celestial, it's just a high-pitched noise.
Oh.
Those of you who do speak Celestial, it's like, ah. You know, it's like, ah. You know, she's screaming in pain. And...
God!
This burst of energy leaves from her. The 3 totema evaporate.
Where's Sauce
Arendal turns into black goo.
Ew.
Consider the sewers.
And
Bob Dole!
Yes.
so
Come on, Greg.
Remedy still exists. And the background that you see comes a lot closer. The edges of the walls start lifting up, and you realize, actually, yeah. So if I were to be a little thematic about it, like the edge of the world is now like here.
Alright, for those of you who've ever played that one first-person shooter, the arena is now shrinking.
Yes.
Battle Royale.
I was trying not to call out names.
That's just the term. This is Battle Royale.
So I'm gonna do something a little especial here.
Times and a half thickness face scrubbing.
That's super
So
sweet.
make
I like that.
3, 1, 2, and 3. Just place them at random points within the keep. 1, 2, and 3.
There we go.
1 is here.
Okay.
There we go.
Triangle. Form. Illuminati.
I saw some of these.
Not quite.
No, this one's
That's
more.
not right. Thank you. Be proud of me. I made a math joke.
So
That's
these are white
It's adding up.
forms. So remember how the totema came in as black forms?
Yep.
These are white forms that suddenly become people. Number 1 is Jorah. Number 2 is Risa. And number 3 is Donald. Yes. Kaelin's brother.
Yeah.
And they're all shocked. Remedy is sort of capitulated. She still exists.
So what?
Capitulated.
Capitulated.
That's a word.
It is.
I'm gathering that. I just don't understand what it means.
Gave up. She's no longer posing a threat at the moment. She still exists and she's still within your grasp. But you can tell that. And so.
Thank you, Krabby.
Krabby, thank you. Oh, there's one more thing. Here's number 4. Put number 4 somewhere. Number 4 is Pixie.
What?
You bastard.
Pixie was an evil horse all along.
Joe?
Is that horse?
No, that's Brutus.
Oh.
Number 5 is Brutus.
You bastard times 2.
You have to, I say you have to place them together.
Yes. Where's my warhorse?
Velix, you faint.
Aww. Goodbye, girl.
I'm gonna poke him with a stick.
He's breathing, and as you poke him, well, you can't poke him. You're over here.
I know.
He drags a celestial kite and goes.
Everyone seems confused. The emotion seems to be thick. You guys take over for a second here. This is what you see. Everybody's sort of here.
I am
The
going,
the white and blue walls are closing in slowly.
I'm going to approach Randall.
I want to run towards Bruce and Pixie.
I am not letting go of
Slow
my
motion
Okay.
Baywatch.
She's just yours to control.
I am not going to let go of the kite. But can you have me approach Randall?
Oops.
You killed her.
Well, good. About time. Well,
I will help Sid up if he's conscious.
Sid is still alive.
Is he conscious?
Yes, he is
I'm going
conscious.
to help him up so that
Thank you.
when I get to Randall, is Randall breathing?
God, no.
I'm going to stuff a potion down his throat.
Okay, go ahead.
Seven.
So you do so. And you work the lump down his throat.
And there's a reason I'm doing this.
High or low?
Hi.
Well,
Hello, how are you?
As you work the potion into his throat, you put your hand on his chest, and within probably about 10 seconds after you do so, you feel it move, but he doesn't wake up.
That's fine, as long as he's breathing.
He seems to be breathing now.
Okay.
For a moment, you're confident, with 100% certainty, he is dead. Was dead.
I'm lucky.
She freaking Kamehameha a hole
Yeah.
through his chest.
Yeah, but I'm also working
that
off
was more like special beam cannon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
actually.
now special beam cannon.
I'm also working off of the concept that important creatures, important NPCs have a gap of time, sort of like our death saver.
Yes. You're correct. I was not expecting him to die with a 65.
I
damage.
wasn't expecting him to die either because my next plot was to bring her over to him and go, "Does this look like your mother? Wake up!"
Wow. And then someone just blasted him.
And you put him to sleep, which works just as well.
sorry.
So while I'm holding on to her after I finish doing this, so is this what you wanted? The death of the person that gave you life.
She's catatonic.
Coup de grace.
We're sort of out of, at this point in time, we're sort of out of initiative.
And the horses recognize me.
Yes, they know who you are.
I hug them.
Are they spiritual or are they actual like there?
They are fully there.
So they're not glowing anymore?
Okay.
This
I tell them I'm sorry.
this
I'm
woman
gonna
is
send it to Sid.
this woman is catatonic. She is of no use.
You have a party member who's like unconscious.
Yeah, he passed out. He wasn't killed.
No one
Do you
checked.
know that?
Yeah, no one checked him.
I'm going by the word you used.
Okay, he fell over.
Like hard, soft?
Yeah, you just suddenly went.
What about Battis?
He's standing. He's sort of watching at this point.
Um,
Why did he pass out and he didn't? If they're both
I
from this
will,
world.
for the moment, I'll make my way over to Velix then.
Maybe he's not from this world.
You make it. Sorry,
I'm making my way over to Velix.
still holding on to.
I'm not gonna let go of my kite,
Okay.
just in case she does something stupid.
I'm gonna scratch each of the horses, tell them again how sorry I am, and that if I get the chance, I will return to nature.
8.
8 to do what?
My last potion
In the Velix.
in the Velix.
So as you do so, you reach down to touch Velix, and you realize your hand sort of goes through. And then as your hand goes through, you see almost like, let's say, Avengers. Just
Oh.
Do I ever get to say any words or anything? I just die?
before you fall, you can say something. We'll go back a few seconds.
Okay. I look at Xanthem and I say, "That was my kill." And then I smile and just
And then as you go to touch him and try to revive him, he fades into obliviescence.
I turn and walk back towards the front.
And you realize that as you move away, when you look behind you for just a moment, you see Babis go to a knee. And as he looks up, he sort of fades into obliviescence also.
Well, shoot.
Bang.
I continue up until I'm with the group.
I'll move forward as well. Are the people that have just been kind of
Did I not do
blooped
my
into
torch?
existence?
Yeah, you chose not to because you went to move his mouth open and you could not.
Kind of.
Yeah.
You didn't even respond to me.
I'm gonna look at Remedy, and she's still catatonic.
No response. You realize that she's beginning to fade.
Magic missile. Help her on her way.
Unerringly, you throw 4 horse darts into Remedy, and pieces of her, where your darts hit, they fade, and then suddenly she into stardust, and it rises up.
Like kite.
The world is fading around us, Cosma, and one of our party members just faded into oblivion because they were never real.
For a reference, Cosima, what just happened to our friend Alex?
Snap.
Velix met Thanos.
Yes.
It's
I am,
like
I am
1,000 voices
from,
cried out to me all at once.
I am from this world, so this world is falling apart, therefore I do not exist. Did I ever exist? Did I touch that halfling girl back in the very first session?
Let me put it to you
Like
this
more
way.
converted friend.
The next half an hour, 15, 20 minutes that I'm going to go into will have answers. There is a point in time where Velix does exist.
Oh!
So we will go back to that.
Do the
Then
other
I'm-
couple of people just do we
I'm gonna
move
beckon,
forward?
So Jorah,
beckon everybody up to the throne.
everyone comes up, the horses sort of follow 9.
Voice babies.
Jorah is fine, Risa's fine, Donald's fine.
I need to hold something fuzzy.
And I'm just gonna look at Risa.
Terminator.
Well,
Oh no, here we go.
This
not
is
much
the
to
end.
save anymore.
Until
No,
he's finished.
you succeeded, just like I thought you would.
Charmander.
It was up to me to stop you, but I decided not to. Because clearly the demigod couldn't.
Wait, what?
Demigod?
I'm just saying that. That's out my ass.
Okay. I'm glad you didn't know something I didn't, because I would have been even more upset with you.
The floor behind you guys begins to lift up tile by tile. The carpet starts floating up.
I really hope we don't have to go through the vertigo-inducing loveliness that brought us here.
Hey,
I'm
maybe it'll
sure
put
we
me
do.
back in the bar. I have a drink waiting for me.
It better. I'm gonna look at the passed out floor over there. Why couldn't you just bring yourself here? Why did you have to drag everybody else into this?
Risa looks back at Xantha. Maybe it won't be so bad to go back.
Yeah, you have this to think about. Maybe it'll inspire you to do more
Will
than
we
just
even
make
remember
heroes.
this?
I hope so.
Okay.
Andrest is gonna look at 9. Don't seclude yourself from us again.
Or any,
You're stuck with us now.
not quite again.
Well,
I
don't go
think-
back into seclusion.
I like that better.
Is what she said. Yeah. Don't go back into seclusion.
You feel for the first time ever since you got here, you're fully connected to Selene again. And the floor underneath you guys, as it starts to fade in, Risa falls away, Jorah falls away, Donald falls away. Right before he does, and as you guys are sitting there, he's asking what happened to Kaylin. Where's Kaylin?
She's gone.
No, when you say fall away, they just queen.
Like the floor, there's not enough floor for you guys. Like they fall away into the white.
Maybe I was meant for seclusion.
Yeah, completely.
I like horses.
The horses are gone.
You're dead.
Sorry, minor interruption, but important question.
No, the horses are gone now. I'm not dead. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm dead. You're not there. Where's it at in the chat?
Basically, the world's coming in on itself. The white, everything. You can give me my white dice back. They're all into also the whiteness. Randall opens his eyes. Okay. You. Okay, I'll get to that.
Yep, I just figured I'd.
What's the name for that? Here.
Is that what the boat
You finish what you're doing, I'll
Okay.
answer that.
Yeah,
They're
no,
like
like the ones that you made for us for face rubbings are perfect.
That's what I'm trying to do with this one, but it'll be just a hair thicker.
Randall opens his eyes, and he looks
The other one.
to you guys, and the mark is gone. And he asks. He asks what just happened.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
It's
We
been
did.
a month.
We have been inside a dream of yours for the past month.
The book and the
I remember
tower?
that. That's what's happening now, and the white.
The dream is coming to an end.
What dream?
You
It's
created
time to
an
wake up.
entire world just so you could have your mother back.
The white takes over everybody. And then, unlike the first time when you guys got here, where you were all separated, this time you're all together.
Oh.
In this sort of floating purgatory. You feel like you're floating but not falling.
Okay.
Xanthip, you. So before I get there, Andras, you feel once again. You feel touched by Selune. You've come into full contact with her once again. And Xanthip, you feel a strange presence in your heart. It feels magical in nature.
Thanks, Travi.
It feels magical in nature, and it feels like it's from beyond nature.
Okay.
And as you think about it, you feel touched by the Archfey.
Oh.
Oh, fantastic.
Here you go. Additionally, as you enter this purgatory, Xanthip,
Mm-hmm.
do you remember, now not that she said this happened, well she did say it. Weeks ago, when she used her spell, she felt like the power of the universe for a moment.
Yeah.
What that description was given to you, you sort of get that, you get that in your head. You feel, for a moment, connected to the multiverse. And then that fades away. I need Andras and Allure, just roll me percentile.
Percentile?
Yep.
Funny.
Straight 80.
800. 17.
Okay.
Good job.
Allure, you do not feel anything special.
710.
Andras, you also feel this burst of connectivity to the multiverse. Just,
that would be
you
better.
feel connected to everything that was, is, and will be. And brief moment of power, and then that fades back to nothing. So what you see before you is the four of you floating, and all four of you in your own minds. So you from the Archfey,
Mm-hmm.
you from your pool of the multiverse, Andrast, Selunia sort of guiding you here. Allure, unfortunately you don't have some sort of patron or guiding factor, but you feel two pulsations. Everyone you feel to your left, pulling you left, you can see visions of home. You can see Waterdeep, you can see the tavern where you were, and you can see life as it was. And you're sort of floating over the city. And to the right, you can't even barely begin to describe what you see on the right besides massive, massive city. You see a city without bounds, and you see all sorts of spires. It's a city where you don't see the ends. You can just see it sprawls forever. and you feel an equal pull both ways.
Yeah.
Xanthip, you can choose to choose now or pass. Which pull are you going? Left is home, right?
That big city has so many more opportunities than home.
It's like, so you guys are familiar with Waterdeep, and Waterdeep is massive.
And Strahd pops in to say
No!
Yes.
So you guys recognize Waterdeep as massive.
Mm-hmm.
You can spend your life there and not see it all. And what you see to the right is like Waterdeep times 40. You just don't see the end of it.
Is it Minecraft?
No.
No, my brain immediately says opportunity.
When you look at this, you can actually see for a brief moment as you look back to your left, you actually see... Actually, you know what? Hang on. Again, high or low?
I will go with high again.
You see Risa,
Mm-hmm.
and Risa floats towards this massive city.
Mm.
Your girlfriend's going, better catch up.
Am I capable of speaking?
Yes, but you don't hear yourself. It's like when you're in the quiet sands.
Then I'm just going to look at her and smile. Big beaming smile. And just give her that I know smile and shake my head yes.
You're not sure if she sees you.
I don't care.
Okay. Are you pulling right?
I'm going to the big city. This new place.
Allure. Can you remind me, did you have any special connections, Allure? Because you were the niece of
Sid.
Sid, right? Okay. Yes, you are. You're the niece of Sid.
Yes.
Okay.
Is Sid there?
And
No.
Randall is your cousin.
Yep.
You can see Sid and Randall returning to the left, going back to Waterdeep.
They're exciting rats.
Right, I suppose.
That is the water bottle. I gotta go back on another log.
Walmart was out yesterday, or I would have grabbed one.
And briefly before Randall goes to the left, he approaches the four of you,
Mm-hmm.
and he looks to Andras and he says, "I'm sorry."
Do we actually hear it?
Yes.
How does he get so lucky? He can talk in the void.
Well, you could talk, you wouldn't hear it.
Right. It's hard to hear him,
Hi, Brad.
but he looks to you and he says, "I'm sorry. Thank you for everything." And Sid is smiling when he sees Xanthip, and he said, "That was fun."
I'm glad.
And they both head left
To Waterdeep, right?
to Waterdeep. Yeah.
Okay, so the spire's to the right then.
Yep. The massive city's to the right. Do you want to skip and come back?
No.
Okay.
As much as she wants to go home, this is the best adventure she's had. Why give it up now?
And that's where Xanthip was.
Are you crying?
Yes!
I'm happy about that.
You'll
That
make
makes me
everybody
feel
else
good.
cry.
Gosh, Tia!
We can
she
talk
can
about
always,
this.
Resin, she can
Because
always
we'll have plenty of
find
time.
her way home.
Okay, that's
That's
my.
yeah.
Just letting you know, I wasn't sure when you need. That's
Yeah.
my intent. That's
Okay.
my decision.
You're heading towards the right.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's do it.
The ginormous city that doesn't have.
Right?
Great, we're going to Vegas.
No. Judge Dredd World.
Right?
The mega city.
Mega City.
Mega city?
You zone in and you're just like, why am I all square?
So Andrast. Now we come to you. If you want to speak to Randall or anybody else that you're connected to before they go away, you may. Since we're sort of out of order here. But you see that he's aiming to go back home.
Right.
You guys also, as you're picking sides, you see Jorad go home. You see Kaylin. Actually, you don't see Kaylin.
That's not helpful.
You
We
don't
don't
see
see
Kaylin, but you see Donald go home.
I know the best way to do this. Poll in chat.
No.
You're indecisive.
Or pass.
Do you want to come back? We can go to 9 first. Because it's just you two now.
Can pass to
Okay.
9.
9.
Do I see any forested areas in this never-ending city?
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard to take in everything right now, especially in this visionary aspect, but you see amongst all of the massive buildings and homes and shops and districts and plazas and promenades, there is a section with a great tree. And it's a huge tree. It's like the tree of life and legend. It's like Yggdrasil.
I'm looking at the others and
You see, and over this area, you can see a symbol of a tree. The symbol
I'm
itself
going
is a
straight
tree.
towards it.
Okay, you head right. Roll me percentile, please.
At 28.
Okay. The horses are here for a moment. Which one? Yours is Pixie. Yours is
Brutus.
Brutus. Yours is Brutus. Pixie fades.
I cry a little.
Brutus follows you.
I don't care if anyone can hear me or not. 9 squeeze. Hops on the back of Brutus and is like Lady Godiva towards this tree on Brutus.
Brutus follows you.
Did you see my text?
No, I have my phone muted.
Oh.
Huh.
I'm missing 8s.
I have 1, 2.
In place of?
Yeah.
I have 4 for some reason.
None of those are mine.
I need to text back before I answer that.
Okay.
I'm missing. I should have one more D8.
What colors?
It's the problem. I don't remember which one I grabbed. I have too many sets.
Sorry, 1 second, guys.
That's mine. That's mine. That's mine. Okay, so any D8s other than those 3, that's all I took out. I don't see it.
that. Do you have any spare
Unfortunately,
D8s over
no.
there?
One second, let me check, make sure I didn't like.
Excellent photo.
Yeah. But I did roll my dice out here all at once. I don't see that straight out at me.
Mm-mm.
Did it fall on the ground?
It's possible.
Having a quick little private chat, and then we'll get back to what we're doing.
Nope, that's fine.
Okay. Yes, I will allow that as long as it doesn't create. I mean, a situation might arise.
Right.
You have to be prepared for that.
Right.
Okay.
And I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Go
Then
for
yes,
it.
you can do that.
It's around somewhere.
Okay, cool.
There's a spaghetti noodle. Who's hungry?
Not me.
Andras, you realize that everyone has moved, and your friend has moved back home. So far, most people have gone to the right, but it looks like Sid and Randall have taken left, and so has Donald. But Risa went right.
That's my goal.
You know. I still don't know. Oh.
For what it's worth, this may help or not. This may make it worse. Selune talks to you for a moment.
Okay.
She says to you, at Andras, if home is what you seek, head left. But we will still be as one if you head right.
Okay.
I have power where you might be going. Where you're going is the nexus of everything.
But
I-
I'm that
I
kind
sup-
of cleric.
I support you in either choice.
That's
Andras is going to look to the right. Will you give me the power then to keep my friends safe?
Of course.
the right.
Ooh. It's a very generous deity.
You guys, there is some serious irony right now. The quarter says crossroads on it. I'm not even joking.
That's
does.
awesome.
Okay. Well, you guys don't know what happened to Kaylin.
Okay.
But everybody,
Dedicated
did I
to
miss anybody? Did I miss any? I know. You guys did not see Galaxy faded away.
I can't even run on the dragon or a Bahamut or something like that. Look cool.
For what it's worth, for a brief moment, I'll explain you first since yours is a little bit different.
Okay.
You feel the presence of Bahamut, you see him in person. And he is pleasant to be with. He is happy to see you, and he gives you a "Hey man, nice shot." But he says you're not done yet.
Oh,
And
interesting.
he says, while you're here, do you have any questions?
Why don't we have tells?
Bye.
No, you have to make him come back
No, wait.
and inhabit Brutus.
And then no. Wait. I go. Wait. No. I was joking. Okay. Why don't we have dark vision?
Hey!
I'm just kidding.
Hey, we're just finishing up with tonight.
Yeah,
This is the finale, so it's going to be mostly story from here on out.
No, like legit. I will ask him.
Who was it?
Kelly's son. Oh. I
Like
need
you
to go
know,
visit her one of these days. I miss school.
is there any way that I can do something for them?
No. They're not from where you're from. Somehow or another, you slipped into the prison realm.
Prison realm?
I'm putting you back where you belong. There is a real Ivalis.
Oh. I was at a prison realm.
I can't explain it.
I didn't touch a halfling, did I?
You were returning. You will not remember this. You will not remember anything.
Do I get to keep my stuff?
Some of it may come back with you, but... And he looks for a moment. And he looks at your Starblade, or your Reaching Scimitar, which I gotta get to that.
Okay.
That's not from where you're from.
Okay.
That will fade into
What,
non-existence.
the magic sword question mark?
That one too.
Damn. I was just like, damn, this killed a lot of people.
So, with almost ease, he speaks a divine command that you don't understand. You see nothing, and then as if it never even happened, you are in Syro.
Okay.
And you are part of a clan. You have Dragonborn, you have humans.
Wouldn't I be Sporon? Because Sporon was more
Sporn.
Dragon.
I'm sorry, you are in Sporn.
My Dragon Brothers.
You don't remember anything that just happened, but you're back to normal. Velix, you do exist.
I exist in another world.
Because Iblis is a real place.
Oh. Interesting.
So we come back, the four of you, so one after another, head to the right.
Oof.
The four of you head to the right,
Just like Stitch.
Yep.
and you end up
All of it?
pretty close to each other.
No.
Just like you remember when you first got to what you think was Ivalis in a alley, the dusty alleyway of Syro. You guys are currently
I
all
baptized myself.
you're
as
currently
well.
all back together, but it's not a desert. It's a magnificent city of stone. You're on a stone archway. You know, it's a bridge, As you guys come to, the air is crisp, it's fresh, it's clean, and there's people everywhere. All races you've never seen before. There's people walking around who are entirely blue. There's people who are walking around that look like minotaurs. There are all sorts of people. It is busy. No one even pays attention to you guys.
I'm okay with that.
There's buildings and signs and lampposts. As you look out, all around you see this great big... I should have bookmarked pages for this, so hang on. You see all sorts of symbols. You see...
Are you shitting me? I have this in the book you're just reading into now.
You see symbols everywhere on shops and books and sides. You see a fist in red and white. You see a sun in yellow and black. You see a tree in green and white.
Yep.
You see a dragon in red and blue. You see the jaw of some sort of spider creature in black and green. It's just all sorts of new sights and sounds and smells. And someone walks up to you who's wearing a blue coat with light blue lines and runes in it.
Really?
That's weird. I detect spark.
I beg your pardon?
Huh?
That's just my good nature.
Where did you guys come from?
Another
That's
world.
a long story.
And he looks at the three of you, Andrast, Nine, and Xanthip. You guys are planeswalkers.
Hmm.
This is Brutus. He's my horse.
A what?
You don't know what you are, you must have just unlocked it. There's a force inside of you that connects you to the multiverse like I am.
Dude, that'd be awesome. Midichlorians everywhere.
We have much to discuss.
I would prefer a name before you abscond with us.
Well, my name is Jace.
Do it!
Huh.
I'm Xanthip.
Xanthip.
I'm 9. I like
Nine.
horses.
And Brutus, apparently.
Yes.
My name is Andrest.
It's nice to... Who are you?
Hello,
This is
I'm
Allure.
Allure.
We use her for fishing.
don't-
Excuse me.
I don't
That
sense...
was one time.
I don't
You're
sense a spark in you.
Allure, I know.
Oh, trust me, there's a spark in her somewhere.
Maybe it has yet to be unlocked. The spark has been appearing in a lot of people recently. We're preparing for something big. And we could use your guys' help.
Aww.
As long as we can keep her.
She can stay with us.
Wonderful.
If you guys don't object, he brings you to a hall. And it's kind of quiet in here, but as you step, you make noises, and it's the echo on the walls of shoes hitting stone. And he brings out an assistant who is one of those blue-skinned fellows.
What are you?
That's quite a rude thing to ask.
Not if you don't know something.
I'm a Vildalkin.
That is a mouthful. I'm a half-orc.
We're wizardy folk.
Oh, you're one of them spellcaster types.
Yeah, we're born
She
in
is
magic.
too.
I sense that.
Hi there.
I kind of don't...
Do
Somehow...
you like horses too?
So where did you guys come from? Tell me in great detail.
Okay.
Do you want to know where we
Like, no,
came
she's gonna
from?
she's gonna pull out her instrument, get
Or do
settled,
you
and go,
want us-
okay.
Hold on one second. I want to clarify something here. Do you want to know where we came from just now, or where we came from before we came from just now?
Why not both? Tell me to be every. Well, actually,
Oh gosh, it's Spaceballs watching Spaceballs.
When is
this
now?
may sound weird. May I touch your forehead?
Ah.
9 will walk forward.
It won't hurt, I promise. I'm just gonna sense your memory.
Stay. I don't trust this lot. If anybody's going to get hurt, it's going to be me first.
Biff.
And you see, so
Someone's all protective tonight.
I lay on hands with a grope.
I know, right?
You should be good with that.
So when he touches your forehead, you feel his presence in your mind for a moment. It's almost like a headache. It's two voices speaking at once. Your inside voice and his inside voice. And you see his eyes glow white.
Dude, you alright?
I'm fine.
Maybe Andress.
What's up with your eyes?
So you don't have to tell me anything. I know exactly where you were and what just happened.
What happened to your eyes?
I was sensing your memories.
Yeah, but your eyes. You touched me to sense my memories. What happened to your
Damn
eyes?
it.
They're back to normal now.
I know they're back to normal. Why
I
were
was
they
seeing
glowing?
your memories. Please be quiet while I explain.
Oh, okay.
And Jace is looking at you. Just stop.
We just got Ravnica.
I had
off
some
Jace.
creature that
Oh,
just
God,
tried to
there
kill me
is
because of desires, and now you're glowing strange colors when you touch me on the forehead. I'm curious.
Okay,
Well-
he has a fair point.
That creature that's made of desire is called a Lee Grim.
A what?
Okay.
A Lee Grim.
Okay.
We only know of one ever, and it exists in the prison realm. It is a plane that exists purely on its own. It has no connection to any other planes, and you can only access it through the artifact known as the Grim Grimoire.
Is it like a book that's like,
Yes.
Yeah, that's how we got there.
Yeah.
Where is that? That is a dire importance that we recovered that.
Probably Waterdeep still.
In a tavern, in the hands of a child.
You know, you read my mind.
He actually, okay, so I didn't see how you got there.
Excuse me?
Isn't it?
I had a hard time accessing anything before the white light the first time.
Oh, okay.
Um,
A city called Waterdeep.
which plane is that?
What plane are
Jace
we
is
on?
like-
Sword Coast.
Hang on. And Jace just leaves.
Are you related to a guy by the name of Nilo?
Or
And
Eric
within-
at this point.
Within brief moments, it's a matter of seconds, and the Veldalkin man is just entertaining for a moment. And Jace returns, and he has the book in his. This?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Don't open it.
No, we're good.
Like PTSD, like no.
And then the white light. No.
You're on your own, dude.
So let me. This is a very rare cursed artifact. It's the Lee Grim. This is sort of like a key to that prison realm. The one who opens the book, the Lee Grim, can access your mind.
Yep.
The Lee Grim takes control of you,
Yep.
builds the realm around what you want,
So far, we understand that.
and traps you in there forever.
How did we get caught up in it?
That's hard to explain. We've only ever had this activate twice. Apparently yours was the second.
We done good.
I was thinking
You know,
jailbreak.
World
We
Full of
jailbreaked.
Horses, I'm kind of okay with this, guys. Like, maybe if I just go outside of town, away from everyone, and I can grab this puppy again. Or
So,
not.
I want to see you take it from this guy.
just to
Dude,
clarify,
just be like,
well, if you take it from me, you'll be trapped there forever. The Lee Grim feeds on your desire.
Oh, well, I suppose that's not a good idea. I saw a big tree, though, and I kind of want to go there.
Oh, you're talking probably about the Selesnya, where they hang out.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, which precinct is that?
All I know is there was a big tree, and I felt drawn towards it.
We can go there. You guys are free to explore. By the
I
way,
hug him. Like, when he says I can go there, I fling my arms around him and hug him.
nowhere in this town is off limits, but do be careful. There are a few guilds here that are less of repute.
Guilds? Not clans?
What's a
Please?
clan?
Oh, thank God.
Yeah! Woo!
Well, I think some of them go by the name clan, but we call them guilds. It's the guild pact. Ravnica is where you are.
Well, hey, at least we don't have to be man-tanders anymore.
Question.
Yes.
In all of Andress'
Oh,
studies.
I'm sorry. I wanted to show you this. When you were looking around, you also see this off in the distance.
Neat.
If anybody asks about that, he'll say that is where the Azorius are. They are the wall makers of the city.
Mm.
Cool. There's lawmakers here?
Can you look at the camera for a second and tell me?
Yep, you got it.
Okay.
In Andress' probably 100 years of book reading, has she ever heard anything mention of Ravnica?
The joining of Ravnica to the multiverse was recent. There's a chance that the Planeswalkers have access to the entire multiverse. However, the realm where you came from only recently became available. There's a good chance that a Planeswalker other than myself hasn't been there anytime recently.
Okay, so chances are
No.
she wouldn't have. Okay.
No.
What is this spark thing you talk about?
Spark. I think it's bark.
Yeah, spark thing.
The spark, it's hard to describe. The spark is this force of this force that belongs to you. And with the spark, you can what we call planeswalk. When you develop this ability, you can choose, I want to go here, I want to go there, and you can feed from the land. And he puts his hands out, and you can... Hello. I told you it's gross, isn't it?
I don't mind it.
You mixed it with something.
No, like I took a drink straight and I'm like,
It's not great. It's like LaCroix.
It just tastes like.
it's bubbly.
So Jace is talking about the spark.
Yes.
Yep.
He puts his hands out, and you can see this sort of blue energy coming from his hands and touching the ground and returning, like it's pulsating up into him.
I'm wondering how he responds to the fact that I'm just looking at him like, and?
I want to try.
You don't.
It looks like it looks like some of the tricks that the cat mages play at home.
It's okay.
That's fine. You don't have to understand it, but I'm drawing from the land.
Okay.
I just recently planeswalked,
Okay.
so now I need to recover a little bit before I can do it again.
Okay.
So, do you have any other questions?
Yeah, which way to the
Ooh.
tree?
Which way to the tree? We'll go there. I'll
Oh.
take you there.
Ooh.
There's many, many choices. What's your favorite kind of food?
Neat.
Well, there's a butcher in this district just a few steps that way.
And lodging.
And
Again.
money.
Oh,
Job.
money reminds me. As you guys, I'm sorry, we're going to backtrack just a tiny bit. As you guys came through to Ravnica, you lose all of your gear and weapons.
Okay.
Except for, hold on,
Let him finish.
except for like an underclothes or anything you were wearing underneath your armor. Your armor is gone, your shields are gone. Your basic weapons, your swords, crossbows, bows, arrows, bolts, they're all gone. Everything you picked up, hold on, stop erasing, because there's an important part coming up. Everything you picked up in the prison realm, except for your Marinthian weapons, are gone. Your Marinthian weapons are still on you.
This is the only thing I really.
Yay.
That was a short bow.
So,
Why are you?
I didn't get any Marinthian weapons.
I didn't either.
I have 2 short swords attached to my person.
those are exquisite.
That they are.
I think we'll have to talk about that. Because I think I know where that is.
Well, this one is called a Marinthian blade,
Oh,
and this one is called the Marquis Edge. They're actually
Oh.
from 2 different places.
Just your Marinthian stays.
Your
Marquis Edge is gone.
I got
I know. I said Marinthians. So you have 1.
He checks it.
My 2 swords, my Marinthian and my...
Nothing.
As it disappears.
Are we at full health?
Yes, you guys are fine. Full health, spell slots and everything.
Billix momentarily appears and goes, ha ha, you go.
So, I'll let you guys get comfortable, recover from your obviously traumatic experience. And the Veldalkin man has walked away from your awful experience. I'm sure it was terrible.
Actually, it was rather entertaining.
Well, either way,
Except for the almost dying like 30 times.
Combat does that to us.
I'll help you guys around the city. Feel free to pick up all new armor, weapons, whatever you need.
Money for that.
We'll get you. I'll get you started. If you're planeswalkers, we'll take care of you.
Okay.
And I have just the job coming up for novice planeswalkers.
And her too, right?
And her too. She can go with you. I will teach you guys how to access your spark, but it may not be reliable at first. So I'll explain that later.
Am I the mascot now until I get my powers? Yes. Oh god, I'm happy
That is the end of chapter 1 of Wanderers. Thank you for joining us.
It was good. Oh
And we will
I have Brutus.
we will be picking up a band of wanderers again in the near future.
To be determined.
We'll figure out when that is and then let you guys know.
It's gonna be called Wanderers in Ravnica.
Nope, I already have the next chapter laid out.
But again, thank you everybody for joining us.
Thanks, guys. Let's see. Tomorrow we have
Sand and
Sand
Magic.
Magic, followed by Wednesday night Curse of Strahd.
Curse of Strahd, and the next
and then
Saturday,
Lordomir.
Laura Meyer.
And then Dragon Heist, which I won't be there for.
That's okay.
So, we will see you tomorrow for Sand and Magic.
Sand and
Thank you
Magic.
for joining us as always.
Have a wonderful night, everybody.
Bye.